to Tana. Tana swings and drives it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder Hill, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, Jose Tana on the top of the 10th. A nice little pass there to his man, and that's no good. By Daniels, now bringing it back up is McCollum. Will stop. 3 again. And again, he drains it. 11-2 Wizards. 3 threes in a row. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders. Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown.
District Nation broadcasts are brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Now, here's District Nation.
Welcome in, everybody, to District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we are calling a Rochester Red Wings today by wearing Red Nationals hat today. And on the other side, a Major League Ricky Vaughn jersey. So we have the 99 up here. I'll show it off. There's the 99. Go to the right of the mic right there. And it has the Major League patch on the side. So it's got the Major League patch. Vaughn is on the back. I'm not really going to turn around here in the chair. But it is a Major League little themed broadcast tonight. You can answer in the poll who your favorite character was. You can throw quotes in there. Have fun with it. It's a minor league game, so it's not like we need to be completely talking about numbers and data and all that. I like to talk about the guys who are going to get called up here from AAA Rochester as we are watching the Rochester Red Wings and the Buffalo Bisons for the third game of a 6-game series. Yes, that's a 6-game series. As you'll see in minor league baseball, the series are significantly longer. So here we go, everybody. The Bisons are hosting this game. Game 1, the Red Wings are able to take the win. Game 2, the Bisons took the win. So we're tied at 1-1 here as this Thursday afternoon game is going to happen right here. So let's get going in just a minute here at the starting lineups. But looking a little bit at last game, lost 9-2. Buffalo loses Red Wings lose 9-2. Pushes Buffalo up to 47-51, and the Red Wings down to 57-39. So it looks like this thing is colliding a little bit with the green screen, but we're still going to wear this during the game. Max Scherzer in a rehab assignment ends up getting the win. Max Scherzer, the one credited with the win. Bob's here. Bob asking, who do the Nationals play this weekend? The Washington Nationals take on the Arizona Diamondbacks at home at Nationals Park in D.C., and then they'll host Toronto for 3 games. So those are your different games coming up. That's your schedule for the future. But the Red Wings right here for a Thursday game. A lot of Thursdays this year. We've actually done Red Wings games, a lot of weekends as well. Here we are. They're the Red Wings. Logo is right under my finger. I'll point it out. It's kind of over there on the very left. That's the Rochester Red Wings logo. And then you got the other minor league teams right there. But I'm wearing a Major League jersey today. Ricky Vaughn, one of the better characters from Major League. But my favorite personally is Eddie Harris. But it's kind of hard to find a role player character's jersey from a movie. That's kind of hard to do. So today, the Rochester Red Wings are on the road. They're the best team in the International League right now. Second half, they're a game under 5, but overall, they're 57-39, backed by an amazing first half, and overall, just a really good offense. You got guys who are playing back to form. Trey Lipscomb had no business really doing well this year, and now Trey Lipscomb is raking at the AAA level. Trey Lipscomb is playing as one of the better players on this team. He's been consistently middle of the order. And looking at the numbers here, one of the best hitters on the team, hitting .275, 18 home runs, 54 runs driven in. Yo-Yo Morales is on the IL, and a guy like Trey Lipscomb's picking up for him. They're picking up the slack a little bit, and offense is coming. So offense is popping up. We're seeing a lot come out right here. So looks like we already got some votes in the chat. Looks like Jake Taylor is taking the win right now. All right. Personally, I would have voted Eddie Harris, but I didn't put him on there. I put the 3 most popular characters from the movie. And we'll be talking about the movie. You can quote it all you want during this minor league game. Ironically, Major League during a minor league game. But this is us covering some minor league baseball. It's going to be played at Sahlen Field in New York. That's in Buffalo, New York, right near a General Mills factory. The Rochester Red Wings, AAA affiliate of the Washington Nationals, and the Buffalo Bisons, a AAA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays. And Max Scherzer was up here yesterday during the afternoon game, the matinee game on a Wednesday, and he pitched 5 innings, had an amazing outing. Max Scherzer dominated that outing where he went 5 innings with 7 strikeouts, faced the minimum, no walks, no hits. So it is really possible that we see Max Scherzer make a return to D.C. this series, which would be really cool because I'm going to one of the games in that series. So it would be awesome to see the man pitch in the game. So here we go. I haven't worn this hat yet. We have the Nationals red hat as well as the Cleveland Indians Major League jersey with the patch and everything, with the little patch there, with the actual Major League patch. So here we go. Say hey, Willie Mays Hayes. Oh, I forgot to put Willie Mays Hayes on there. Say hey, Willie Mays Hayes. Oops. About 100 of these, one for every base I'm going to steal. So it looks like you got to, if you're going to put other, you got to put it in the chat like DN Dad just did right there. You got to throw who you're voting for in the chat. So here we go. We're about 5 minutes away from first pitch here, so let's get going with the official starting lineups for today's game. We might need to take this off. This thing is not doing well with the green screen. So here we go. Let's get started with the starting lineups right here, starting with the home team, the Buffalo Bisons. Let's get started with the Buffalo Bisons right here. They are coming into this game at 47-51 in International League play. So missing one because you'll be at the Nationals game. I'm probably going to miss one or more. Probably going to miss some more probably. I'll probably end up missing a couple this weekend because I'm going to a game at Citizens Bank Park on Saturday, so I'm going to miss more than just one. Friday, that's a TBD. Sunday, probably going to be able to do it. Monday, Monday I'm going to be at the game. Tuesday, probably not. Wednesday, maybe. So it's going to be chaotic, but I'll post everything before the game begins. I'll make sure everyone knows, and you can tune into the broadcast you want. Let's get going with the Buffalo Bisons right here. Leading it off for them is going to be the center fielder in today's game. His name is Daz Cameron. Batting second in today's game is going to be the third baseman, and his name is going to be Josh Kasevich. Batting third is going to be the second baseman. Let me get it right up here. It is going to be Charles McAdoo. So one thing, McAdoo is the one that packs a punch here. 263, 12 home runs. He's kind of the guy to watch right here. I believe he's kind of the guy to watch. Batting fourth is going to be, excuse me here, just getting them all up. Batting fourth here is going to be the catcher in today's game, Willie McAvare. So that's spelled M-A-C-L-V-R, McAvare. Kind of an interesting name there, but you never know. There's a lot of interesting names here. And batting fifth is going to be Eloy Jimenez, the first baseman in today's game. Batting sixth is going to be the right fielder in today's game, Ismail Mungua. That's spelled M-U-N-G-U-I-A. Batting seventh is going to be the shortstop in today's game, and that is going to be Josh Rivera. Batting eighth here is going to be the designated hitter in today's game. He was first base yesterday. That's going to be William Simonet. Spelled Simon and then added on an E-I and a T. Kind of interesting there. You just see his name. There's just an added on net. There's a lot of interesting names here you'll notice because there's not just normal names. The Bisons don't want just normal players. And batting ninth is going to be the left fielder in today's game, Carlos Mendoza. On the mound today is going to be the righty arm, and that's Richard Gallardo. That's spelled Gallardo. Gallardo. So that's the name. Richard Gallardo, he's had AA experience and AAA this year, a record of 0-2 with a 5.85. Once again, that's Cameron, Kasevich, McAdoo, Massiver, Jimenez, Manguna, Rivera, Simonet, Mendoza with Gallardo on the mound. And now the starting lineup for your Rochester Red Wings for manager Matt LeCroy. Leading off, the left fielder, number 1, Philip Glasser. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 12, Christian Franklin. Batting third, the first baseman, number 15, Abimelech Ortiz. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 20, Brady House. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 24, Andrew Pinkney. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 7, Trey Lipscomb. Batting seventh, the center fielder, the designated hitter, number 40, Joey Weimer. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 14, Caden Wallace. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 40, Maxwell Romero Jr. And on the mound for your Rochester Red Wings, number 28, Jackson Kent. That is the starting lineup for your Rochester Red Wings. Charge! There Here you go. Dan's already in here. What's up, Dan? Mr. C's here. Dinner with District Nation. It's a thing. Hey there, Mr. and Mrs. C. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great stream. Gina's in here. What's up, Gina? So here we go. Top the first. Philip Glasser going to lead it off for the Rochester Red Wings right here. Buffalo Bisons wearing some alternate white jerseys with blue sleeves. And then the Rochester Red Wings wearing their alternate red jerseys, white and black and yellow trim with the Red Wings logo on there. This is our Red Wing design right here. This is not going to be the Nationals layout. This is our Red Wings layout right here. Let's get going, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in right here. The Bisons are warming up on field. Their white jersey says Bisons inscripted across. Philip Glasser going to get us going here, maybe a couple minutes late, as he'll face Gallardo taking the mound for the Bisons. Let's get going. So, Red Wings have a guy who's hitting over 300 in the leadoff spot. Philip Glasser averaged up to 303. Thing with Glasser, he's not going to give you much pop. He's going to get on base, though. 355 on base percentage, only one home run, 30 runs driven in. But the important part, he gets on base. Quoting the wrong movie right there with Moneyball. He gets on base. We're quoting the wrong one. So here we go. So Richard Gallardo is going to pitch here. Getting ready to go. We'll get some numbers in a minute, but he's about to go into the wind here. He's not on the rubber just yet. Now he steps on. Looks like a decent crowd here for Buffalo. A lot of fans sit behind the plate. First base line isn't as populated. This is a rather bigger stadium for minor league baseball. This you'd see is a bigger one. Significantly bigger, to be honest. Here we go. Philip Glasser, the lefty, will face Gallardo into the wind. First pitch, and Glasser takes a pitch low. Ball one, and we're underway here. Just a minute late at 6:36 p.m. for a game that was supposed to start at 6:35. So just a minute late right there. Here we go. Gallardo in the wind. Here's the pitch to Glasser, and he takes a pitch in there. Called. Strike one of the lone inside corner. So it will be a 1-1 count. Clips the lone inside corner with that. So we'll make it one run right here to Glasser, who has one home run in the year and only 17 in his career in minor leagues. The 1-1. And Glasser swinging a miss, and it's a 1-2 count. Still out from doctor's appointment today, but always say hi. Support, thank you so much. Jake Taylor is running away with it in the polls. All right, Jake Taylor really pulling away right here. Thanks for the update, Dan. Dan, those updates are very helpful. So here we go. So to be a 1-2, swinging a miss at a high pitch, and that is out number one. Philip Glasser swings through that one. And that's out number one. Gallardo goes upstairs for the first strikeout of the evening and the first out on the day. So here we go. So that will now bring up Christian Franklin right here. Christian Franklin to come up to the plate. Gallardo into the wind. First pitch to Franklin. That's going to be swung on and missed. It's an 0-1 count. 0-1 here. So we go here. Excuse me, everybody. My layout just got completely destroyed, but it'll be 0-1 here. Gallardo into the wind. The pitch to Franklin is going to be outside. Ball one. So it is a 1-1 count. Do you think the Nationals get into the playoffs? Yeah, I think very realistic that they get into it. Here comes the 1-1 to Franklin, and he takes a pitch way inside. Ball two, almost got him. So it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with one out. Kind of surprised, to be honest. Yeah, I think the Nationals can sneak into the playoffs. Gallardo in the line. Here's the 2-1. This one is going to be outside, ball three. I see that Little Poppy's in the game. Yep, Little Poppy is in the order. No Yo-Yo today because Yohani Morales is on the IL. So it will be a 3-1 here. Here's the pitch. Called. Strike two, bottom part of the zone, and it will be a 3-2 count now. So 3-2 here. Gallardo will go into the wind right here. Here comes the 3-2 to Christian Franklin. Swinging a bloop out towards left field. That'll fall for a base hit in front of the left fielder Mendoza, who fields it out for one hop. Christian Franklin in the 2-hole today gets a base hit to get this game going. So Christian Franklin with a nice little bloop hit. Yeah, sad to see no Yohani Morales in the order. Kind of a helpful part of this team. It was always good seeing him take the field. He was one of the more helpful parts of this team. So here we go. So that'll now bring up the 3-hole hitter, Lil Poppy. Here's the pitch to Lil Poppy, and he hits this one deep to right center field, going back to the right fielder. Now he comes in, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So right fielder Mangua makes the catch for out number 1. Ortiz gets a decent piece of that one towards right center. Thought it was deeper, but that one's just out towards right center for Mangua to make the catch. Like number Patrick Mahomes. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in, Trisk. So we go, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit, everybody. So now to bring Brady House up to the plate with 2 outs. Now pitcher will pick over. That's Gallardo, first pickoff attempt on Christian Franklin. So it will be 2 outs now with Brady House up to the plate here. Gallardo sets. Here comes the first pitch to Brady House. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Runner looks like he may be going, but he isn't. Like number Doug Williams on the Redskins. All right. So it will be a 1-0 here. Coming set's going to be Gallardo. Here comes the pitch to House. And House takes a pitch away, ball 2. You know, every time we watch him, we talk about one thing with Brady House, and its tendencies against lefties and righties. He is so much better against lefties than he is righties. He's facing Gallardo here, a righty in the 4-hole. Let's see if he can rake, even though it's a righty on the mound, the 2-0. And House swinging a foul ball to be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. Can it get it that time? Couldn't put it fair. Brady House, a guy we're really hoping to see back up at the big league level. Would love to see the guy get action. Coming set's going to be Gallardo. Here comes the 2-1 to House. House swinging a foul ball. That was a breaking ball away, and he fouls that one back. So we will do 2-2 here. 2-2 here with 2 outs. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Please sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. So it'll be 2-2 here. Gallardo looks in for his sign. He comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to House. Here's the pitch. And that's upstairs. Ball 3. He takes it for a ball. So it will be 3-2 now. 3-2 here with 2 outs. Runner on the move, Christian Franklin. He's at first, so he'll be going on this pitch. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch. House swinging a miss at a breaking ball that time at 80 miles an hour. Gallardo has strikeout number 2 on the evening. House goes down swinging, and that will end the inning. So 1 hit in the inning, and 1 man left on base. Christian Franklin with a knock, but can't make a run out of it. Rochester, nothing. Buffalo coming up right here on District Nation as we head to the bottom of the first. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. What's your predictions for the Commanders this season? I mean, I have done prediction videos. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's some projection videos you can check out if you want to see my projections for Commander stats. So here we go to be Cameron, Kasevich, and McAdoo. For the Bisons in the bottom of the first, we mentioned Max Scherzer's outing yesterday. Man, Max Scherzer looked like the Max Scherzer of old in that rehab assignment. Sure, he's facing minor league guys who are trying to find that stint back to the big leagues, but he did well. That's the thing. You've got to give him credit. He had a good game. So good job by Max Scherzer, to be honest. I really hope he can have some time in the big leagues at some point. I loved watching the guy play. One of my favorite players. So we go, everybody. Bottom of the first right here. Be sure to drop your dinger of the day in the chat, everybody. If you don't know what dinger of the day is, it's pretty self-explanatory. You throw your dinger of the day in there, and we talk about it. You just throw your dinger of the day in there. If you don't know any minor league players, you can look up the starting lineups and such. You can look up home run numbers. I'm completely fine with that. I like to see people have fun with this, though. That's the whole point. We try to have fun by picking a home run. Personally, myself, I am going to take Trey Lipscomb in this game. He's going to be due up second in the top of the second inning. So here we go. Leading off is going to be Cameron here in the top of the second right here as Jackson Kent steps out there for another outing right here. Daz Cameron going to take over right here. So here we go. Daz Cameron steps up to the plate, hitting .444 through his first 18 at-bats in minor league baseball this year. Here's the first pitch to the righty, and that's going to be in there. Called strike one. Played a couple games at rookie ball. We hit 375. Now here 4 games at the AAA level. He's hitting 500. Here's the pitch from Kent, and that's going to be swung on and missed. And it's an 0-2 count. Kent goes downstairs to be an 0-2 count. So Daz Cameron, a good leadoff hitter through his first 2 games, and the record for Jackson Kent in minor league this year is 7-4. Here's the 0-2 to Cameron. Swinging a ground ball, first base side, but foul, and we'll do 0-2 again. His first baseman, Abimelech Ortiz, doesn't go after it. What up, District? Listening while working on some OBS layouts. What up, Pure Gentlemen Sports? Thank you so much for tuning in, PAS, and listening in. So 0-2 here. Kent steps back onto the rubber. At the AAA level, he's 6-3, though. Here's the 0-2, and that's way upstairs, ball 1, and it will be a 1-2 count now with Jackson Kent on the mound. Kent wears number 28 out there in the red jersey. Here's the 1-2, and that's outside, ball 2. Can't clip the zone, so it will be a 2-2 count. Daz Cameron, a leadoff hitter with an open stance, center fielder here, was signed to the team out of an international league. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball. This is to the third baseman House. He cuts off the shortstop on the run. Fires it to first in time for out number 1. Nice play by Brady House. Honestly, that is probably Trey Lipscomb's ball. That is a ground ball in the middle, and House cuts off Lipscomb, makes the play for out number 1. So good job by Brady House taking control right there, and that'll bring up Josh Kasevich right here with 1 out. A guy who was signed just out of an international league. He was previously with the Brewers. Here's the first pitch. That's in there, called strike 1. As Kent just rips it right in there. Josh Kasevich up to the plate right here, hitting in the 2-hole. Here's the 0-1 from Kent, and that's inside, ball 1. So it will be a 1-1 count now. Josh Kasevich, through 353 at-bats, has 3 home runs, hitting .297. The 1-1. And Kasevich takes a pitch low, ball 2. So it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with a 1 out. Let's check out the poll. Looks like Jake Taylor's still pulling away. Wow, Jake Taylor pulling away with it. Here's the 2-1, and that's in the dirt, ball 3. So Ken can't rip a strike that time. It'll be a 3-1 count now. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Red Wings baseball right here. Be a 3-1. Into the wind is Kent. Here's the pitch. And that's in there, called strike 2. It'll be a 3-2 count now. So it'll be 3-2 here with a 1 out. Last time I saw Jackson Kent go out was on July 17th. He ended up going 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, and 8 strikeouts. It was that gem of an outing where he just struck out so many guys. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a bloop out towards right center field. Range goes to the right fielder. He can't get it. Right fielder Pinckney can't make the play. That is a base hit to right center for Josh Kasevich here with 1 out. Kasevich just ropes that one to the right center area, has himself a knock. So that is a 1 out single for Kasevich right here, and that'll bring up McAdoo here with a 1 out. So Charles McAdoo will come to the plate. He's the second baseman in today's game. In 2026 minor league baseball, he's hitting .263. He got a shot at the big league this year. In the big leagues, he got a shot for the Blue Jays as he ropes this one out towards center, but ranging over is the left fielder, Glasser, and Glasser makes the catch in left center for out number 2. So after giving up that hit, Kent gets a 1-pitch, 1 out as McAdoo flies out. So there's 2 outs now, and that'll bring up the catcher in today's game, Mocklever. So here we go. It will be Willie Mocklever right here. With 2 outs, he's hitting in the cleanup hole right here. He's hitting .246. Kent sets the pitch to the righty. First pitch is going to be called. Strike 1 on the lone outside corner. It'll be no 1 count. Just clipped the zone that time. So it'll be no 1 count. Willie Mocklever catching in today's game. 6'2", 205. Coming sets Kent. The 0-1. And Mocklever swinging a ground ball. Chopper towards third. House makes the play, and he goes barehand, and it's fair. He let it go. He looked like he was going to barehand it, then lets it go past him, and it hops over the bag fair. So that's going to be a base hit probably for Mocklever. Let's see what they score it right here. Wow. Just a low chopper that time to House. Chopped few high and then stays low and it just goes down the first base line. Looks like he's going to get a hit. So now 2 hits in the inning off of Jackson Kent. That one kind of a fluke, though. Kent now comes set. He'll face Eloy Jimenez. The pitch is high and away, ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count. Catcher Maxwell Romero Jr. started waving his arms there frantically before he threw the pitch. I wonder what that was about. Here comes the 1-0 to Jimenez. And that's going to be in the dirt, ball 2, so it's a 2-0 count to Jimenez up to the plate right here. First baseman in today's game. This will be a 2-0. 2-0 here with 2 outs now. Kent comes set. Here's the 2-0 to Jimenez. And Jimenez swinging a miss at a breaking ball inside, so it'll be a 2-1 count. Eloy Jimenez, a guy who has been at the big league level. I mean, he had some good years at the big league level with Chicago, with the Chicago White Sox, kind of up and down. His best season probably was 2023, though, with the White Sox when he hit 272 with 18 home runs. The 2-1 swing and a miss, flailing at that fastball from Kent. So it will be a 2-2 count. Or 2019, his rookie year where he had 31 home runs. That was a career high for him. This year at Toronto, he played in 12 games, only had 9 hits over 31 ABs. And that was before going on to the injured list with the Buffalo Bisons. So this is not a rehab assignment, the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball. This time it's to House, and he makes the play. He will throw this one over to first in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So the Rochester Red Wings get out of it. They work around 2 hits in the inning. 2 hits, no runs. 2 runners left on base. We're through 1, everybody. It is Rochester 0, Buffalo 0, right here on District Nation. So since you are all here for the broadcast, you're here for a minor league game, I want to do something special for you guys and kind of go with the fun theme for tonight's theme. It's not really Major League in general, but I wanted to just open something up to everybody who is here. I posted it to the channel members earlier. I'm going to be showing off some bobbleheads today, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. Here we go. Here is a little bit. That's just the bobblehead collection right there. I took a picture of both shelves of bobbleheads right there. You can see all of them. I was thinking of going through them in between innings right here so you can have fun looking at them and learning a little bit about bobbleheads. I really wanted to point out one here for 2026. Let's start with the first one. Let's go the bottom row, second one over on the front. That is the Dalen Lyle bobblehead. 2026 bobblehead series, the first one I want to talk about because I got it this year. I went to a game, I believe, in May. It was a May game, I think. Either May or June. I don't know which one, but it was a game where I really enjoyed going to. The Nats got the win. I remember that. The Nationals got the win. I believe it was against the Padres, but good game there. But as you can see, a lot of variety in the bobbleheads. There's a lot of special ones, but Dalen Lyle is just one I like because it's this year. I think if I count real quickly here, there is, as far as you can see, there is 4 bobbleheads, bottom row, that are all 2026. I'm hoping that I can get the James Wood one, and then we have all 5 bobbleheads from 2026. Shout out to Mr. C for one of them. Mr. C was the one to go to Nationals Park one time with his granddaughters, and he picked me up a bobblehead. So shout out to Mr. C. Thank you so much for doing that once again. Cannot thank you enough. He got me an extra bobblehead. Such a nice guy, Mr. C. So thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. C, who held on to that extra bobblehead. So that'll bring up Andrew Pinckney right here. Don't worry, we will go back to that screen in between innings so we can check that out, look at bobbleheads. Gallardo back out there for a second inning. First pitch to Andrew Pinckney is going to be in there, called strike 1. So it's an 0-1 count now. Pinckney, a guy who's just looking for that shot to get to the big league level. The sad part is he may be a guy at the trade deadline. The 0-1 is going to be in there, called strike 2. He's hitting 287, 12 home runs, 46 runs driven in. My question is maybe you should try him. A lot of people have said try him in Dylan Cruz spot. Either Andrew Pinckney or Christian Franklin. Give him that 4th outfield spot. But right now, I like our outfield the way it is. I think Cruz is going to find his own. Here comes the 0-2 to Pinckney. And Pinckney takes a breaking ball outside. Ball 1, so it will be a 1-2 count now. Mr. C says, great set of bobbleheads. Oh, yeah. A whole lot of bobbleheads. Here's the 1-2, and that's outside, ball 2. So it will be a 2-2 count. A whole lot of bobbleheads. And thank you, Mr. C, for actually generously giving me that Captain America one. So thank you so much. You added on to a big collection. It'll be a 2-2 from Gallardo. Here's the pitch to Pinckney. And that's outside, ball 3 with the breaking ball. Can't clip the zone. So it will be a 3-2 count, just a bit outside that time. So it'll be 3-2 right here. Here's the pitch to Pinckney. Swinging a ground ball, foul, and we'll do 3-2 again. He just fouls that one off. So we'll do 3-2 again right here with Andrew Pinckney up to the plate right here, wearing number 24 for the Red Wings. Red Wings on a road trip right here. They return home to face the Syracuse Mets, who are their rival. I mean, there's rivals in minor league baseball. Here comes the 3-2 to Pinckney. Swinging a fly ball. Hit to right, going back to his right fielder. At the track, at the wall. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Andrew Pinckney just barely misses a home run that time. Can't get it out of here, so that's out number 1. Just barely missed it. Hit it out to right. Onto the track went Mungua, and he just barely makes the catch out there. Right in front of the wall. So that's out number 1. Now bring up Trey Lipscomb right here. Had a big league stint back in 2024 when Nick Senzel, Nationals third baseman that year, broke his finger, and Lipscomb immediately got the call the next day, second day of the season. The pitch is going to be low ball 1, so it is a 1-0 count. Interesting that year, Ildemaro Vargas given the opening day nod. A util guy given that start. Here's the 1-0, and that's outside ball 2. So it is a 2-0 count now. He's given that nod to start opening day. You never think a guy like Ildemaro Vargas would get an opening day start, yet he did just 2 years ago with the Nationals. Gallardo steps back onto the rubber here. He wears number 28 for the Bisons. Here comes the pitch to Pinckney. Lipscomb, and that's upstairs, ball 3. That's Lipscomb up to the plate. So it'll be 3-0 here. Lipscomb has learned to be a little patient here at the AAA level. Got some big league play last year, but just a few games. Start of second half. Here's the 3-0, and that's way outside. Ball 4 gets away from the catcher. Monclaver goes to the backstop. So that is the first time in today's game that we can use.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So there's your first sound effect of the evening with the Harry Doyle. So here we go. Joey Weimer will step up to the plate. Joey Dominican Republic right here with 1 out. Joey Weimer hitting .217 this year, and that pitch is in there for a strike. Throw down to second, gets away from the shortstop into center field. Trey Lipscomb has a stolen base, so Joey Weimer stepped out of the box that time, just let it in for a strike, and Lipscomb swipes the bag. So Trey Lipscomb immediately into scoring position here with 1 out. Great job by Lipscomb getting a good jump, even if that throw was caught that time down to second base. Lipscomb's probably in there anyway. So Joey Weimer up to the plate, the big outfielder playing center field in today's game, not playing his normal corner infield role, and that is outside ball 1 with a breaking ball at 81 miles an hour. So it will be a 1-1 count now. Joey Weimer has raised his average up to .217 at the AAA level. He was sub 200 at one point. Here's the 1-1, and Weimer slaps this one foul down the first baseline, and it will be a 1-2 count now. 120 at-bats here at AAA so far. He has 1 home run, 15 runs driven, and a couple stolen bases. A .296 OBP. I would really like to see Joey Weimer find his way to get it over 300. Find a way to get over 300 with the on-base. The 1-2 is swung on, fouled off. And do 1-2 again right here. At the MLB season this year, over just 70 at-bats, he had 20 hits and 3 home runs where he hit .286. A great start to the year. Everyone remembers how hot Joey Weimer was to get the season underway. I think it was 11 for his first 11, which was really great. Here comes the 1-2, and Weimer grounds this one to the third baseman, but that one will go foul down the third base line. So we'll do 1-2 again right here. 0-0 here in the top of the second. No runs just yet. Yes, Sahlen Field right here. Sahlen Field, spelled S-A-H-S-A-H-L-E-N. This is a bigger stadium. That's the thing. It's a bigger minor league stadium. 2 decks of seats all the way down the first base and third base line. So it's got a good capacity. That's the thing. You could fit a decent major league game here. If the Yankees or the Mets needed probably some construction to their fields or they're moving, this would not be a bad place to host them. This would not be a terrible field. Sahlen Field. This to be a 1-2 to Weimer. Here's the pitch. Weimer swinging a miss right through a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and Weimer's down swinging for out number 2. That's Gallardo's third strikeout on the evening already, and we're in the second inning. So He's already hot with the strikeout already. So I'll now bring up Caden Wallace right here. Caden Wallace, another guy you'd love to see at the big league level. Good platoon guy, utility guy. Get flashes of Brian Dozier when I watch this guy right here. Kind of reminds me of a Brian Dozier type of player. Smaller guy with sneaky pop as that pitch is outside ball one with the first offering here to Caden Wallace. And Brian Dozier ended up being a very important key of the World Series. And I think Caden Wallace, you can compare him. They're good comparables. Coming set is going to be Gallardo. Here comes the 1-0 to Wallace. And Wallace takes a breaking ball in there called strike one. So it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here, 2 outs. A slap base hit here to center field or right field would be very nice. Get Lipscomb in early. Get the Red Wings on the board early. Here comes the 1-1 to Wallace. Caden Wallace takes a fastball up and in ball 2. So it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. In the top of the second, Red Wings trying to get on the board right here in a 0-0 game. Kind of similar to the way the Rockies-Nationals game went yesterday. Scoreless for a little while until the Nationals had that explosive inning. Here's the 2-1, and that is outside ball 3. So it will be a 3-1 count now. Can't get the call that time. So it will be a 3-1 count. 3-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the second. Coming set is going to be Gallardo. Here comes the 3-1. Swinging a foul ball, and it'll be 3-2 now. He just fouls that away. So it will be a 3-2 count now. 3-2 here with 2 outs. Caden Wallace up to the plate. Recently called up from AA Harrisburg. The call was not too long ago, just called up on July 4th. So only 19 games here at the most at the AAA level. And boy, is he making the most of this opportunity. Here's the 3-2. And Wallace swinging a miss. As I was going to say, hitting 250 at AAA, but he goes down swinging on a breaking ball, low and outside, settling the inning. So a walk in the inning is all the Red Wings will get, and a couple more strikeouts on the board for Gallardo. 1 walk, so 1 man left on base, but no runs or hits. We'll head to the bottom of the second, everybody. Rochester nothing, Bisons nothing as we head to the bottom of the second. So we're going to head back to this screen right here where we can chill and look at some bobbleheads. To point out another right here, kind of a random one. Go to that top row, go 1 over. Dan Coco and Jason Worth, a broadcaster and Jason Worth. That's a single A Potomac bobblehead from the Potomac Nationals Day. So that's an interesting one. It's a tiny bobblehead. There's another tiny one in the back on that top row. Bryce Harper in the back left corner of the top one. I don't know where the bat went, which is really annoying, but that was one of my first bobbleheads that I ever had, which was really, really cool, getting my first bobblehead ever. Just read that Buffalo Stadium is the largest in AAA, around 16,000 capacity. Wow. Yeah, so it looks like a big stadium, Mr. C. It is. I feel like it is a big stadium just looking at it. It passes the eye test to me that it's a big stadium. But good number there, around 16,000. That's a third of some major league stadiums. Once again, if a team were to need a stadium around New York, why not send them to this one? So Buffalo Stadium here is a very big stadium, can hold up to 16,000. This is not a micro stadium. That's the thing. They're not a micro stadium. They are an actual big functioning, big AAA stadium. So we'll stay right on here in between innings as we're going to head to the bottom of the second right here. But we'll point out more bobbleheads and such as we go throughout this game. As you can see, there's some interesting ones up there. We're just hanging out here talking about bobbleheads and baseball right here on District Nation as we go to the bottom of the second here. Jackson Kent will go back to work and he'll face Mangua here, the right fielder in today's game. So a lefty-lefty matchup right here. Mangua, the right fielder, who's a lefty from the hitting side. Kent into the line. First pitch to Mangua. Swinging a shot to center field. That'll fall for a base hit in front of Joey Weimer. On the first pitch, Mangua's attacking there and has himself a knock here to get the inning going. Just right there, no one out. So first pitch and just slaps it to center field off of Jackson Kent. That's the third hit off of Kent in this game. And Ismail Mangua getting onto the hit column right there. A guy who has not gotten the call yet to the big leagues. In minor league play this year, 49 games, he has a .323 average across 4 different levels. Here's the first pitch, swinging a foul ball to be no 1 count. Started at rookie ball and has climbed from single A, double A, all the way up to AAA, but this is also a guy who has been at the AAA level before with the Scranton WB Rail Riders last year, 91 games. He hit 246. So that'll bring up the 7th hitter now, Josh Rivera right here. Coming sets Kent. The 0-1 to Rivera. Now Kent will go over to first, back in safely as Mangua. So that's the first disengagement right there. But Josh Rivera up to the plate right here. He's hitting 225, 10 home runs, 36 runs driven in. Coming set Kent. The 0-1 to Rivera. And that's outside. Ball wanted to be a 1-1 count. I think I agreed with catcher Max Romero Jr., who didn't like that call. I thought that one was in the zone. So it will be a 1-1 count now. Kent comes set. The 1-1 to Rivera right here. Rivera swings and slaps this one to right center. Oh, and Wallace robs it. Caden Wallace on a ball that was headed for the outfield makes the catch on that little line drive for out number 1. Caden Wallace makes a nice play. That one looked like it was looping out to the outfield, and Wallace leaps, makes the catch, and then fires it to first, but not in time. So there's one out now after that line out to Caden Wallace. There's one gone. Good play by Caden Wallace right there. So one gone. Now bring up Simonette. Here's the first pitch. Simonette takes it right in there, called strike 1. It'll be an 0-1 count. This is William Simonette hitting in this game, hitting 259 over 108 at-bats this season. He sets Kent. The 0-1. This one is swung on and missed. Low pitch right there, and it's an 0-2 count. Gets him to chase something out of the zone, so it'll be 0-2 now with 1 out. In the bottom of the second, Kent looks in for his sign. He's got it now, and he comes set. Set, hands held high. The 0-2 to Simonette. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Simonette's down swinging on 3 pitches. That is the first strikeout on the evening for Jackson Kent, and that's out number 2. Jackson Kent, strikeout number 1. So there's 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Mendoza here with 2 outs. Mendoza, another lefty here to face Jackson Kent. The fellow lefty right here, Carlos Mendoza, coming to the plate. Coming set is Kent. First pitch to Mendoza, and that's going to be slapped foul. Kind of inching forward on that swing and just fouls it off. Another guy who hasn't gotten his big league chance yet. All minor league play. This year at the AAA level hitting 232, and that's across only AAA Buffalo, where he has played 78 games. 78 games out of their 99 games played. Has him at 47 and 51, but they're 11 games back from first in the International League East. The 0-1 from Kent. Swing and a miss, and the batter, Mendoza, loses his bat, and it's an 0-2 count. Mendoza, the lefty, swung it, and he lost it into the first base dugout, which here is the Red Wings dugout. Riley Adams says something to him right there, but Adams, obviously probably a former teammate right there, slings it into the first base dugout, where the Red Wings had to take cover right there. Wow. The coach had to go grab that one. So it'll be 0-2 here to Mendoza, who now puts some new pine tar on his bat. Lost the bat, throws it flying into the stands. Had some anger, I'd say, with the Rochester Red Wings and fires his bat at him. There's better ways to get angry at him than that, Carlos Mendoza. So it'll be 0-2 here. So on that swing, that was a type of swing. Here comes the 0-2. And that's just high. Ball 1, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Can't get the high and outside corner. So it will be a 1-2 right here. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Kent comes set. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Mendoza. Swing and a miss. Mendoza's down swinging on a low pitch. Gets him to chase something that time, and that's out number 3 in the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. We are through 2, everybody. Rochester 0, Buffalo 0, right here on District Nation. We'll head over to this screen now. Get you your bobblehead look right here. I'm just kind of hanging out on this screen in between innings just to have something to show off a little bit. I also have the other screens as usual, but just kind of showing off this one a little bit. Just wanted to show it off, particularly in today because it's a minor league game, but we have time to talk about it. Another one you'll see, which was not a giveaway, you go to the top row, left side, the Anthony Rendon holding the World Series trophy. That is one that my aunt got me for Christmas, which was a Christmas present after the World Series run. That was a cool bobblehead. That is a really cool bobblehead. Ricky Barbers here says, like it up, sub it up. What's up, Ricky? Yeah, some cool bobbleheads right here in general. And that's just one of my favorites here because it wasn't a giveaway. But you can see all the 2026s. I'll point them out right here. They're on the bottom row. The Dalen Lyle one. The Captain America bobblehead was a 2026 giveaway. The C.J. Abrams bobble card one, that's also a 2026 giveaway. The one where it's him in a baseball card, that's a 2026 giveaway. Go to the back row. You see Grogu from The Mandalorian and Grogu. That is also a 2026 giveaway. So those are the 4 from 2026. Once again, shout out to Mr. C for grabbing an extra Captain America. There's just so many here, and they're all up in my room. I might need to bring them down and put them back there so we don't need the green screen anymore. I take that back and make a whole display or something. So here we go to the top of the third right here. So we're going to get started right here. Everyone, be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit here. Channel is growing, getting better. Every single day we're up to 718 subscribers. Last time we called a Red Wings game, we were somewhere in the 600s. So Maxwell Romero Jr. will get it started here. Maxwell Romero Jr. hitting from the 9-hole. Changes number from number 40 to number 4 recently. First pitch, Romero takes a pitch in there, called strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count. 3 RBIs already at the AAA level. Hope all you're doing fantastic. What's up, Ricky? Hope you are too. The 0-1, and that's in the dirt. Ball 1. Is there a Rendon Garden Gnome on the top row? Yes, there is, Mr. C. We will get back to it, but yes, there is a Rendon Garden Gnome at the top. That's a special one. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball. This is play made by the first baseman Jimenez. Flips it up to the pitcher, and it gets away from the pitcher. Rounding first, headed for second is Romero. He will be there safely. So that's a ground ball to the first baseman, Eloy Jimenez, who makes a great play towards the 4-hole. And he flips it up to the first baseman after diving. The pitcher covering, that was Gallardo to cover, and he didn't make the catch. So moving up to second on the play was Romero. So that's an error by the Bisons right here, and he puts Romero here at second with no one gone. So runner at second here with no outs. Nice right there. Get on base. Do some damage. Just do chaotic strategy right there. So they're going to give him a fielding error by the pitcher. So they're going to give it to the pitcher, Gallardo, for not making the catch. I thought they might give it to someone else. But it looks like it's going to go to Gallardo right here. So that'll bring up the top of the order in Philip Glasser. He's going to show bunt, and he takes a breaking ball in there, called strike 1 as he takes it back. So now runner at second here with no one away after the error. So that'll bring up Philip Glasser. We know all about errors from yesterday's afternoon game, all the errors that the Rockies were making in that big Nationals inning. Here's the 0-1. Shows a bunt. He gets it down the third baseline. Player, third baseman makes the play. Kasevich fires it to first in time for out number 1. So a sack bunt that time. So there's 1 out now. Good sack bunt that time by Philip Glasser. So there's a runner at third here with 1 out. So runner at third here with 1 out. Glasser gets down, a beauty of a bunt, but third baseman Kasevich was playing in anyway, but makes the play, and now at third is Romero Jr. So that'll bring Christian Franklin, already has a hit in the game, coming set. Here's the pitch to Franklin, and that pitch is outside, ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count. 1-0 here with a 1 out. Chance for Franklin to do some damage right here. Up to the plate here is Christian Franklin. He's 1 for 1. Coming set is going to be Gallardo. Here comes the 1-0 to Franklin. Franklin takes a pitch outside again, so it's a 2-0 count. 2-0 here with 1 out. Looks like Jake Taylor still running away with it right here. Wild Thing has a couple of votes. No one voted Pedro Serrano. 12% have voted others, so I'm assuming some of those may be for Willie Mays Hayes. Here's the 2-0 to Franklin. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. So to be a 2-1 count. Bad call by the home plate umpire saying Franklin went.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo.
So 2-1 here. Not a good call by our home plate umpire, which we'll get in a second right here. So to be a 2-1. Here's the pitch. And Franklin swinging a fly ball foul to be a 2-2 count. So 2-2 are umpires to today's game. We got 4 today. Louis Krupa is the guy to watch balls and strikes behind the plate. We just called that bad swing call At first is going to be Pete Talkington. Denver Dangerfield at second and Nathan Hall at third. So they got 3 umpires today. Here's the 2-2 when Franklin fouls this one back again. So do 2-2 again right here. But rare do you see a 4-man crew in minor league baseball. You see 3-man. Usually you see players home, first, and third umpires there. But instead you got 4 here. Krupa, Talkington, Dangerfield, and Hall. So to be 2-2 here to Franklin after a good AB now. 2-2 here with 1 out. Christian Franklin up to the plate. Coming set's going to be Gallardo. Just put the ball in play right here, Franklin. Do something. Here's the 2-2, and that's in the dirt. Outside, ball 3. Catcher fakes a throw to third, so it'll be 3-2 count. I don't think you liked Romero was getting good lead off a third. Good fake by him, so 3-2 here. Christian Franklin, also a guy trying to break out into the big leagues after having a very successful first half at the AAA level. So we 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is to the shortstop. He checks on the runner. Now fires it to first in time for out number 2. And that was to shortstop, so Romero Jr. can advance. So 2 outs now. So 2 outs, and it's going to need to be a base hit now if you want to score them. Franklin put the ball in play, but he hit to the shortstop, Rivera, who's playing in, so we can just check on Romero Jr. at third and then fire to first. So 2 outs now. Lil Poppy will come to the plate. Abimelech Ortiz, he'll come to the plate right here with 2 outs. Coming set is Gallardo. First pitch to Abby, and that's going to be a curveball in there called strike 1. So it will be an 0-1 count now. A 1 here with 2 outs in the top of the third. Red Wings and Buffalo Bisons at 0-0 here in the top of the third. Gallardo comes set. It'll be an 0-1 to Abimelech. Here's the pitch. Ortiz takes another breaking ball, and that's inside ball 1. But the catcher, Mocklever, is going to want a challenge right here, so he will get it. So that pitch was called a ball. So here's the pitch, and it's still a ball. So the Buffalo Bisons fail a challenge. So will be a 2-0 count now on that pitch inside and low, so it'll be a 2-0. That pitch was inside looking back at the ABS, so it'll be 2-0 here. Coming set is going to be Gallardo. It'll be a 2-0 to Abimelech. Here's the pitch, and Ortiz swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right, going back to the right fielder, but that one is well foul into the red seats with almost no one sitting there. That's a red seat side foul area. No one sitting there to get that ball. Ronald's here. What's up, Ronald? He says hi. So now time called by Abimelech. He got a good piece of that one, but just fouls it off. Gallardo comes set. Here's the pitch to Ortiz. Ortiz takes a pitch. Called! Strike 3. Wow. We're going to get ABS challenge on this, though. So we'll get another look. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike. Abimelech is down for out number 3. So that is the 5th strikeout on the day by Gallardo. And that sets down Abimelech looking. And that's out number 3. So 5th strikeout for Gallardo. Abimelech down looking. 1 error in the inning is all they get. 1 man left on base. So here we go. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Rochester 0, a Buffalo 0. So here we go. Here we go to this screen right here. I bet as an ump, Dangerfield gets no respect. I couldn't resist. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to let Dangerfield off too easily with his name, Dangerfield. When you're calling a pitch, you're on Dangerfield. So you go, here's the bobblehead screen, everybody, as we're sitting around. And yes, that is an Anthony Rendon garden gnome up there, top part of the screen. So Anthony Rendon garden gnome, really kind of a retro one. You can look at the Denard Span one right next to him, a Denard Span bobblehead. We got the Jason Worth one down there, bottom row. That's the old one, not the new one. That's from the first 10 years bobblehead collection in 2015. Just a lot of gems here in this picture. I like that I can show off the bobbleheads, all the Nationals bobbleheads we have, and that's not even showing off the Gunnar Henderson one or even other teams. We have Bradley Beal behind there. Anthony Rendon, bottom row, there's a Bradley Beal one hiding behind there when he was with the Wizards. So I do have some Wizards memorabilia. And then over there, just on that table over there, I have a Gunnar Henderson bobblehead or two. So Gunnar Henderson's down here, though. So Here we go, bottom third. It'll be Cameron, Kasevich, and McAdoo for the bottom of the third. Jackson Kent will be back out there for a third inning of work. Cameron here will get the inning going in the bottom of the third. It's going to be Daz Cameron once again through his first few games at the minor league level. He had some games with the Brewers last year, Brewers affiliates and such, and now he's here. And he played in the MLB before, where he had 11 home runs. So he has been to the MLB level, and that was really between Detroit, Oakland, and Milwaukee through 2020 to 2025. Kind of a contact hitter there. Kent into the line here. First pitch to Daz Cameron is going to be swung on, fouled off, and it'll be 0-1 count. 0-1 here with no one out, bottom of the third inning. So we're going to have to take a quick break in between this inning. Or excuse me, we have to go back to this screen now. So here comes the 0-1. That's in the dirt, ball 1. So it will be a 1-1 count now. So 1-1 here. We'll have to step away for a second in between bottom of the third and top of the fourth. I forgot to turn on the front lights over here. Kent in the line. The 1-1 is going to be swung on and fouled off. First base side to be a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here. No one out. Bottom of the third. 0-0 here. So both teams now also down to only one challenge. Kent into the line. The 1-2 to Cameron. Swinging a fly ball right field, but that one is foul. So 1-2 again right here. 1-2 here with no one out. Bottom of the third right here in a 0-0 game. Kent shakes off. Now he's got what he wants, or he's going to shake off again. Still hasn't gotten what he wants. Still hasn't gotten what he wants. Come on. What possibly can you want? The 1-2. Called. Strike 3. So he did want a good pitch that time because he gets the called strike 3 with it. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Jackson Kent, who after facing the 7, 8, 9 hitters really settles in. He's retired 4 in a row now. Going back to the second inning, he's settling in now. He's given up 3 hits in this game. So that'll bring up Josh Kasevich right here. But now 3 strikeouts a day from Kent. His last pitch is going to be called strike 1 on the lone outside corner. So it will be an 0-1 count now. Kent. Now he's working well with Romero. There's not going to be too much shaking off. Here comes the 0-1. And that's in the dirt, ball 1. So it will be a 1-1 count now. You got to trust your catcher. That's half the battle. Is trusting him, knowing he's going to call the good pitch. So 1-1 here with 1 out. In the bottom of the third inning, we are not at all at 0. (1-1 with 1 out. Looks like we're up to 20 likes. Let's go. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swinging a shot to right field. That's a base hit down the right field line into the corner. Right fielder Pinckney will grab it out there in the corner. Rounding first, headed for second, is going to be Josh Kasevich. So he has a double here in the bottom of the third. Doubles down the right field line. Goes to the opposite field, and now he's at second here with 1 out after his double. He also has a single in the double today, so he's now a triple and home run away from the cycle. He had a single to start, now a double. So runner at second here with 1 out. After that double from Kasevich, that'll bring up McAdoo right here. Charles McAdoo to come to the plate right here. Charles McAdoo to hit here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. Coming set is Kent. First pitch here to Charles McAdoo, and that's going to be just outside, ball 1. Can't clip the zone, so it will be a 1-0 count. You know, Maxwell Romero Jr., who got called up from Double A, is probably going to get a lot more opportunities now with Harry Ford now at the big league level. He was the corresponding move up to Triple A. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss. McAdoo swings through that fastball, so it will be a 1-1 count at 93 miles an hour. So it will be a 1-1 count, but good job by Romero Jr. taking advantage of it. The offensive numbers looking good, and he's been good as a catcher. Pitchers seem to agree with him a lot. Here comes the 1-1 at McAdoo, and that's low and away, ball 2, so it will be a 2-1 count. And it's also good here at the AAA level to have an MLB caliber catcher, and you have Riley Adams, who is a former MLB guy for the 3 years, 2023, 2024, and 25, even in 22 a little bit. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards right, going back is Pickney. A few steps in front of the track. He makes the catch for out number 2. Moving up to third on the play is going to be Kasevich, so out number 2. McAdoo flies out to right, so 2 outs now, and a runner moves up to third. Dalton Rushing's here. What's up, Dalton? He says, hi, District, our AAA teams playing each other. Yep, which teams? Well, it's going to be the Buffalo Bisons and the Rochester Red Wings. This is going to be the Washington Nationals AAA affiliate, the Red Wings against the Buffalo Bisons, the Toronto Blue Jays AAA affiliates. That'll bring up Willie McAvare right here. McAvare to come to the plate here with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be Kent. First pitch to McAvare is going to be upstairs. Ball 1 gets away from Amaro. Runner coming home. He is going to be safe. So he scores on the wild pitch from Jackson Kent. Of all the ways to score, you don't want it to happen like that. And the Bisons will take a 1-0 lead. So that is not what you want to see right there. Wild pitch by Jackson Kent, and it's a 1-0 game. So that will be an earned run now as it's a wild pitch. So Kasevich, with heads-up base running that time, makes it a 1-0 game. One of the benefits probably of playing at a big stadium, big backstop. Here comes the 1-0 from Kent. So I'm going to foul back and it'll be a 1-1 count. So that fly ball proves to be very helpful as he's able to score the very next pitch with a wild pitch. Interesting way to score right there. Kent into the wind, the 1-1. That's going to be low and away ball 2, so it will be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here, 2 outs. Let's go. We just gained a subscriber. We're up to 719. We just gained a subscriber during this AAA game. Let's go. Kent into the wind, the 2-1. That's going to be swinging a miss at a fastball. It'll be a 2-2 count right in the zone. Gets McAvare to swing through that one. So it will be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. But now Buffalo has a 1-0 lead after the wild pitch, too, of all the ways to do it. Kent into the wind, the 2-2. That's in the dirt. Ball 3 goes to the breaking ball. They're going to check on a swing. No, he did not. So it will be a 3-2 count, says. That's going to be Talkington, who says he didn't go. So it'll be 3-2 here. Kent into the wind here. The 3-2. Low and in, ball 4. So Kent now walks a hitter. So after giving up that run on the wild pitch, he now walks a hitter. Macavera on for a second time. So 2 outs now. Runner at first. That'll bring up Jimenez right here. Eloy Jimenez to hit with 2 outs. So Mr. C mentioned earlier their capacity is 16,000. That does not mean this stadium brings in 16,000, though. They had a very lighter day, significantly lighter day. And looks at that. Third base side, there's a guy wearing the Grays Nationals giveaway. The Nats giveaway jersey. Here's the first pitch. So I'm going to foul ball. Fair ball. House makes a play. Fires it to first. And out, says the first base umpire, Talkington. And that is out number 3. So we might get another look at this one. Wow, what a play by Brady House. That went down the third base line towards the corner, and he makes a great play for out number 3. What a play by Brady House. We might get another look at this one, though, but I don't think they have replay review in AAA. So that is how we're going to end the inning. Brady House, a ground ball that looked to be foul was fair. He makes an amazing play for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So 1 man left on base, 1 run, only 1 hit, no errors. But now it's a 1-0 game with the 1 runner left on base. We're through 3. We're going to be back in just a second, everybody. Just 10 seconds. I got to turn on the lights here, and I'll be back in just a sec. So just like 1 second right here. So there we go. We're back. Just had to turn off the lights right there. Or turn on the lights. I didn't have my overhead lights on. And I just noticed now I have a lot of lighting there. But here we go, everybody. 1-0 game. The Bisons now have the lead at 1-0. Dalton says, let's go. He's probably rooting for the Bisons then. They're a Red Sox affiliate. But what a play by Brady House. Amazing play that time. Towards the line, he makes the play and fired it to first in time. For out number 3, spectacular play by Brady House. Let's even get something going offensively now after that defensive gem. Get something going here on offense. So we go top 4. What a gem by Brady House. That's a slide, too. Makes the play down the line and then fires to first on the hop, and Abimelech Ortiz picks it out of the ground. We getting another look at this? No, he's out. He's out by about half a step. What a play by Brady House and Ortiz. Now that'll bring up Brady House here. Here's the pitch. And he swings and grounds this one up the middle. Second baseman is shortstop to grab it. Throw to first. Not in time. Brady House beats it out. Shortstop Rivera and McAdoo were kind of about to collide. So McAdoo kind of pulls off, let Rivera grab it. House was hustling, though, and he has an infield hit here to start the top of the fourth. Great play by Brady House, just grounding that one up the middle. Stay with it. Has himself a base hit. Brady House showing off his wheels there. Not known for it, but showing off a little speed here. First pitch here to Andrew Pinckney now to start top of the fourth after that hit from House. Here's the pitch, and Pinckney shows bunt, and it's fouled off. So, 0-1 count. That one fouled back. That bunt went straight into the air and back and off the net. So to be 0-1 here in the top of the fourth. Red Wings now trail 1-0. Pinckney, that bunt went straight up, and Pinckney had to get out of the way. He thought it was going to hit him. But it is an 0-1 count to Andrew Pinckney now. Guy was a good hitter, but also can lay down a bunt when needed. You got to be wondering what the bullpen is like for this team. You never know. Coming set here is going to be Gallardo. Here comes the 0-1 to Pinckney. Here's the pitch. And Pinckney takes a pitch outside, ball one. Andrew Pinckney played the entire season last year with Rochester as well, where he played in 125 games, hit .269, had 20 home runs. This year, hitting .287 with 12 home runs. Those are two big numbers. He drove in 66 last year, has 46 this year, the 1-1. And Pinckney takes a pitch right in there, called strike two, so it's a 1-2 count. Got his first licks of Rochester in 2024. Only 23 games played with a .253 average. That was after a decent Harrisburg campaign where he hit .259. So they're letting him develop here at the minor league level. Here's the pitch to Pinckney. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right center. Going back to center fielder Cameron and the right fielder Manguin. It's going to be Cameron, the center fielder, to make the catch. For out number one, House will retreat back to first. Don't hit well out to right center, but just kind of where people are towards the gap, they can just make the catch. So that's out number one, and that'll bring up Trey Lipscomb now, who drew a walk his first time up. Trey Lipscomb, shortstop in today's game, getting everyday play now at AAA Rochester. This year he's been kind of splitting time between short and left outfield positions as he lines this one through the hole in right field. Brady House will stop at second, but Trey Lipscomb on the first pitch just hits one to right field for a base knock. That one a low line drive to right. So now there's runners at first and second here with one out. Pinckney goes the other way, and they were playing double play depth. So McAdoo was nowhere near that one. He was near the bag. Well, that one's hitting the four hole, so Trey Lipscomb can kind of relax back with that base hit. So that'll bring up Joey Weimer right here. Joey, Dominican Republic, will come to the plate. Joey Weimer to hit here with one out. House at second. Lipscomb at first now. The pitch. Weimer first pitch swings through a fastball, and it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here with a one out. Nice for Joey Weimer here to just put a ball in play. Make some chaos. A guy who's always kind of been bouncing up and around AAA and then MLB. Just kind of guy who's always been like that. Coming set, it's going to be Gallardo. The pitch to Weimer, and Weimer takes a fastball outside, ball one. So it will be a 1-1 count. Weimer, a guy who's known as, at least here, and across a lot of different leagues, Joey Dominican Republic right here. Joey DR. Coming set to Gallardo. The 1-1 to Weimer, and Weimer swinging a miss at a breaking ball, and it's a 1-2 count. The one thing everyone talks about is Weimer with the chasing. Very aggressive. Doesn't just sit back. He doesn't really sit back. There's no sitting back with Joey Weimer. He's going to be aggressive. So that's something he probably needs to work on at the AAA level to get better for the big leagues. This would be a 1-2 to Weimer to learn to not swing as much. The 1-2 when Weimer grounds this one foul. First base side, we'll do 1-2 again. Played some minor league ball last year. He was at AAA with Jacksonville and Omaha. Combined total, he ended up playing only 82 games with the minor league level, where he had 11 home runs and hit .203. Once again, the chase factor. The 1-2, and Weimer swinging a miss. He chases the low and away breaking ball. He foul tipped it into the glove. So That is out number 2 in the inning. And now the 42nd time that Weimer has struck out in only 34 games with AAA Rochester. So Weimer's down swinging. That's the 6th strikeout for Gallardo, his 2nd time striking out. Weimer, I mean, at the big league level, you can't be a chaser. We saw Weimer had success at the big league level, but at the same time, you don't want a chaser up there, a guy who's going to get out a lot more than he's going to get on base and especially strike out a lot more. A guy who does that, though, James Wood, and he's successful at the big league level. Here's the pitch to Wallace, and that's way low and outside, ball 1, so it'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here, 2 outs, top of the 4th. Now it's a 1-0 game. Buffalo has the lead here. Gallardo here working into the 4th inning. He looks in for his sign. He comes set. It'll be a 1-0 to Wallace right here. Here's the pitch. And Wallace swinging a ground ball. This is back to the pitcher, Gallardo. He'll run it to the mound and then flip it up to the first baseman, Eloy Jimenez, for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So 2 hits in the inning and 2 runners left on base. Can't get anything going there. 2 more hits and nothing going after that. So here we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still, Bisons 1, Red Wings nothing as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Now I got to play damage control on defense. Just hold them at 1 run and try to get it back in a little bit when you're going to have some good hitters coming up with Romero Jr., Glasser, and Franklin. Good contact guys who can get on base and find their way to score. Just get that 1 run, get back into this game, make it tied again, reset it to a 0-0 board as we head over to the bobblehead screen, everybody. I mean, we can always point out new ones. So right here, let's point out another one right here. Anthony Rendon, middle of the top row, him fielding a ground ball. Nice bobblehead, kind of a random gem right there. There's a few Anthony Rendons up here. One of my favorite players. Sadly, I don't have a bobblehead of my favorite player in Trey Turner. So I've never had a Trey Turner bobblehead, which that'd be something cool to have, and I just don't have any. So no Trey for me, but I'm looking for a nice one. Just any Trey Turner bobble. Even like one of the Fred Nats ones would be cool. But yeah, I have a lot of Rendon too. He's probably my 2nd favorite player. So that's a cool one there, him fielding a ground ball. That's a 2018 bobblehead, I believe. 2018 bobblehead series over there. And then we got Bryce Harper to the right of him. 4th of July Bryce with the 4th of July jersey and the 4th of July bat from 2018, the home run derby year. So that was a few weeks before he did the derby as well. But a lot of other gems on that board, a lot of just cool bobbleheads there that we can point out later during this game as well. As we will now head to the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Mangua, Rivera, and Simonette for the bottom of the 4th. As we get going, everybody, with the bottom of the 4th inning right here on District Nation. Let's go.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
So Jackson Kent here will work his 4th inning of work. He's been struggling, but he does have 3 strikeouts over this 3 innings of work. He has given up now 4 hits on the day, 1 run, and run coming in on a wild pitch as Ismail will hit. And he's going to show bunt. Tries to drag bunt this time, but he can't even get a piece of it. So be 0-1 count. Here's running out of the box, trying to lay that one down. So will be 0-1. Kent into the wind here. Here's the pitch. That's low ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count. They're saying 2-0 on here. That can't be right. But here we go. Now, Kent into the wind here. Here comes the pitch to Mangua. And he takes a pitch inside. So to be a 3-0 count. I said he went at that bunt. I thought he went, but they're going to say he didn't. So it will be a 3-0 count. 3-0 here. Kent into the wind. Here's the 3-0 to Mangua. He shows bunt, and it's upstairs, ball 4. So Mangua takes a walk here. I thought that first one was a strike. They say he didn't go at the bunt. So that's a walk for Mangua, and that'll bring up Josh Rivera here. With no one out, he'll step up to the plate here. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 game. Buffalo has the lead. Bison's hitter Josh Rivera here. He's the shortstop in today's game. Kent looks in for his sign here. He comes set. Here's the pitch from Jackson Kent to Rivera, and that's going to be in there, called strike 1. So it is a 1-1 count. Jackson Kent back out there for his 4th inning work. A guy who can usually work 5 or 6 innings. A guy, always a decent arm to have. Just in your back pocket. Coming set's going to be Kent. Here's the pitch to Rivera. That is away ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count now. This is a guy who could make it at the big league level. I think Jackson Kent could be a good arm for this team. Maybe he finds a way to start pitching for the big league squad. Coming sets Kent, a good left-handed arm. The 1-1, he'll go over to first, back in safely as Manguillo without even a dive. So that's the first disengagement by Kent. He only has one more, and then he has to get him. Kent, his longest outing this year was in Double-A Harrisburg. At Triple-A Rochester, he has worked 5 2/3 before, though. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a way ball, too, so it will be a 2-0 count. With Rochester against Worcester, he worked 6 innings, though. And he had 7 strikeouts in that game, another game where he did decent, only 1 run. He can work long into games. That's the thing. He's not just a guy who's going to work 4 or 5 innings a game. He can work 5 consistently. The 2-1 from Kent. That's going to be in there, called strike 2, so it is a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with no one out, bottom of the 4th. Excuse me, just had to take the headphones off right there. Kent looking in for a sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 2-2 from Kent to Simpson. Or excuse me, that's Rivera, and that's in the dirt ball 3. Saw Simpson on a different list. I was looking at a list of players there for the Rochester Red Wings. And in fact, we have a name, Jared Simpson, on this AAA team. He just recently got called up from AA Harrisburg. Just recently got the call. Called on July 19th. It'll be a 3-2 from Kent. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. So good AB worked by Rivera now. He's a guy who could go today. In minor league baseball this year, over 34 games, a 2.43 record. 40 2/3 innings worked. 50 strikeouts. That's across 2 levels. First off, you had AA where he has a 2.04, and then AAA where he worked an inning and gave up 3 runs. So still trying to settle into the AAA level, though. Coming set's going to be Kent. And he'll go back over to first, back in safely as Manguillo. It's harder to steal, though, on a lefty, so I don't know if Manguillo is going to be on the move immediately. Coming set's going to be Kent. The 3-2. Swing! And a miss on a lone outside pitch. Rivera goes down swinging. Strikeout number 4 for Kent, and out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. So there's 1 out now, and then I'll bring up Simonet right here, the designated hitter. Hitting in the 8 hole in today's game, William Simonet. He struck out his first time up. Kent comes set. First pitch to Simonet is going to be low ball 1. So it will be a 1-0 count now. So there are some available arms today. Kent's not going to work 9 innings, obviously. One arm you may want to point out here, Eddie Yean was called up to the big league squad where he probably will be a very effective arm. Here comes the 1-0 to him, and that's upstairs ball 2. Another arm I'd love to see today, maybe Luke Young. Luke Young, a decent arm, 36 games, a 3.14 ERA with a 5-2 record at the AAA level. I mean, he's a winner. He has 5 wins for the team. Coming set's going to be Kent. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. He goes after that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. So it'd be a 2-1 count now. Goes after it. So 2-1 here with 1 out. Kent looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 2-1 to Simonet. Here's the pitch. And that's upstairs ball 3, so it will be a 3-1 count now. 3-1 here with a 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. As Kent steps back onto the rubber. He looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 3-1 to Simonet. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a lone inside breaking ball. Kent not afraid to go out of the zone that time. He gets the swing and miss. So it'll be 3-2 here. Kent looks in for his sign. Looks in one more time right here is now. Catcher Romero Jr. will step out right here and call a sign or some sort. Maybe for the run right here, the indicator on the pitch comm. So it'll be 3-2 here. Kent comes set. 3-2 to Simonet. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Oof, that's off of the catcher Romero Jr. So do 3-2 again right here. He bounces up, though. He seems okay. That foul ball right off him. That did not feel good. He immediately winced in pain. So do 3-2 again right here. 3-2 here with 1 out. A chance to put away Simonet right here with a runner at first. Kent shakes off one time. Now he comes set. He's got what he wants on 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. So do 3-2 again right here. Another good AB by Simonet right here, who struck out his first time out. Oh, yes, it is time again once more. What's up, Sam? Thank you so much for tuning in, Sam. Throwing the eagle in the chat. That's the Red Wing in the chat, actually. That is Spikes, who's just above me. So it'll be 3-2 here. Here's the pitch from Kent. Swing and a miss, and a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. He tipped into the glove, and that's strikeout number 5 for Jackson Kent, and that's out number 2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Good job by Kent getting the strikeout right there, so there's 2 outs now. Of the bottom 3 guys, with Mendoza coming up for his second AB, they've come up 6 times now. 4 times they have been struck out. Or, excuse me, here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there called strike 1. So we don't know the total number just yet, but of 6 ABs of the bottom 3, 4 strikeouts, and a line out, and this is the last one right here. So it is possible to be 5, as the first one is pumped in for a strike. Kent comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Mendoza. Swing and a miss. Mendoza swings through that one. And it'll be 0-2 here. We always got to do that, District. Yep, Sam. I will always remember it as well. So Kent looks in for his sign right here. Waiting as Mendoza takes a long time out. Now he steps back up to the plate right here. Kent comes set. It'll be 0-2 to Mendoza. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Can't clip the zone. That one's outside, so it will be a 1-2 count. Thought that one might clip right there, but he can't. So it'll be 1-2 here with 2 outs. Kent comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Mendoza. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. So do 1-2 again right here. So 1-2 with 2 outs, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like Red Wings baseball, or if you're just a Nationals fan, we're just doing this minor league game for pleasure, guys. It's just a whole lot of fun to be here. If you want Nationals play-by-play, this is YouTube's home of DC Sports. So hit that subscribe button. Commanders and Wizards as well. The 1-2, that's upstairs ball 2. Romero Jr. hops up for a back pick, but going back is going to be Mangua, who walked up. So no one's been able to touch Kent so far. Just a walk and a couple Ks this inning. So it'll be a 2-2. Coming set is Kent. He waits. Now the 2-2. Swinging a bloop out to left center. Coming in is the left fielder Glasser. And he makes the catch for out number 3. Philip Glasser on the run for out number 3. And that will end the inning. So there you go. A walk. Then a couple strikeouts and a fly out. So that will end the inning, everybody. 1 man left on base. No hits, no runs. We are through 4, everybody. 1-0 Buffalo as we head to the top of the 5th. So you can tell by the layout, I am rooting for the Red Wings here because they are the AAA affiliate of the Washington Nationals, who are on my hat right now. But I do have a Cleveland Indians jersey on right now. It's from Major League, so I have that on right here. There's the Wild thing. This is the Ricky Vaughn jersey. Here's the Major League patch, and then it's the jersey. It's got 99 on it, so you know it is legitimate. You can vote 99 for Ricky Vaughn for your favorite player in the movie in the poll, like Juan Soto / Andrew McCutcheon. So we go top 5. Here's the bobblehead picture, everybody. We've been going through it throughout the broadcast, so just pulling out another bobblehead right here. Let's go to the Mackenzie Gore one. There was a Mackenzie Gore mystery bobblehead giveaway, and my dad and I went to the game. I believe they made 4,000 of one, 4,000 of another, and then 2,000 of the last one. It was the City Connect one. And I got that one, and my dad got the blue one. So my dad gave it to my brother. So my brother has the blue one. But I have the jersey we only wore for 1 year. So that was the only bobblehead they did of that jersey, was that Mackenzie Gore bobblehead. So that's really the only memory I have of that bobblehead, of that jersey. So here we go. We got a new arm on the mound. Javin Coleman will take over right here. Coleman going to take over as we head to the top of the 5th. Coleman will take over right here after 4 innings worked by Gallardo. And good 4 innings. He struck out 6 guys. And he had a 0 in the run column. So now Coleman will take over, who only has 1 game so far at the AAA level. Javin Coleman will take over on the mound now. This season in minor league baseball, 22 games, though, across a few levels. Coming set here. This lefty is a lefty-lefty match, and Romero grounds it right to the first baseman, Jimenez, who takes it to the bag himself for out number 1. So it's a lefty-lefty matchup there. As the lefty Coleman gets the first batter he sees, Max Romero Jr. So So there's one out to get the top of the fifth going. 4 innings, 3 hits given up by Gallardo. And then he got no runs on the board, though. He walked 1 man and had 6 strikeouts. So good numbers by him, and now Coleman will take over. And I'll bring up the top of the order and Philip Glasser to come to the plate here with a 1 out. Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me, everybody. Just had to hop off camera for a second. Here's first pitch to Glasser. He shows bunt and takes upstairs, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-0 count. He pulled the bunt back in time. So we'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 game here. Buffalo has a 1-zip lead. Coleman comes set. It'll be a 1-0 to Philip Glasser. Here's the pitch. And Glasser swinging a line drive foul. It'll be a 1-1 count. He got a decent piece of that one. Lines it down the right field line. So it will be a 1-1 count now. So this capacity for the stadium is 16,000, but it's not like they're bringing in 16,000 at night. That's the thing. They're not brushing up on 16,000 every single night. Looking at last night's attendance, the total attendance last night was only, the entire number was 7,218. So not bringing in the greatest crowd. Coming set is going to be Coleman. The pitch to Glasser, and he swings and fouls this one off. So we go here. 1-2 here with a 1 out. Coleman looks in for a sign right here as Glasser steps back in. Another lefty-lefty matchup right here. Coleman comes set. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Try to paint the zone that time, but he can't, so it'll be a 2-2 count now. Only 1 game for Coleman at the AAA level, but at the AA level, he worked 18 games with a 2.88 ERA. So he has a good arm. He has worked his way quickly through the levels. The 2-2. Swinging a bloop out towards center. This is going to be trouble. And it falls. Left fielder Mendoza slides in, but he can't make the catch. That one falls for a base hit. Philip Glasser with a 1 out. Bloops one out to left center field. So runner at first here with a 1 out. Philip Glasser goes opposite field. Just bloops it out towards left center. For his first knock of the day, had that sack bunt, a strikeout back in the first. Now he's on the hit column. So Philip Glasser trying to get the offense moving right here. That'll bring up Christian Franklin right here, who does have a hit in the game. He had a hit back in the first inning, then grounded out in the third. Coming set here, first pitch to Franklin is inside, ball 1, so it will be a 1-0 count now. Christian Franklin, another guy, you got to wonder, is he going to be at the big league level at any point? A guy who... a good player. I mean, only 6 home runs, but he's hitting .247, so he's been a good hitter. Here comes the 1-0 to Franklin. Ooh, Coleman's going to go back over to first, back in safely, is Glasser. And Christian Franklin, 16 stolen bases through his first few games here at AAA. A guy who could really, if you give him a chance, he might actually take advantage of it. Had some AA and AAA time, or excuse me, with Iowa last year. The 1-0 was acquired in a trade, so that'll be low, ball 2. Was acquired via trade. That was the trade for Michael Soroka. And then it was Ronnie Cruz and Christian Franklin on the return for the Nationals. Coming set is going to be Coleman. The 2-0. Here's the pitch. And Franklin takes a pitch called strike 1 on the outside corner. So it'll be a 2-1 count. Gets the call that time. So it'll be 2-1 here. Coleman comes set here. Here comes the 2-1 to Franklin. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be inside. Ball 3, so to be a 3-1 count now. 3-1 here with a 1 out in the top of the 5th. Red Wings, the best team in the International League East this year. One of the best teams around the International League in general. Here's the 3-1 to Franklin. And that is inside, ball 4. Christian Franklin's going to take a walk. So runners at first and second here with 1 gone after Franklin stays patient and finds his way on first. First righty face for Coleman, and he ends up walking him. So runners at first and second here. That'll bring up Abimelec Ortiz in another lefty-lefty matchup right here. Abimelec Ortiz to come to the plate right here. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout and a strikeout. Abimelec has been raking here at the AAA level ever since that even send down. Here's the pitch. Ortiz swinging a miss on an outside fastball to be an 0-1 count. Ortiz called up for just 1 game before the All-Star break. He gets his debut. He doesn't do half terrible. He's a 500 hitter at the big leagues through his 2 ABs, was taken out of the game. This year, at AAA, hitting 17 home runs, 248, so has been great there. Here's the 0-1. And Ortiz takes a pitch low and away, ball 1, so to be a 1-1 count. Not too much major league going on, but we'll check out some of the minor league scores around the league as well. And we'll check up on some MLB scores as well. Coming sets Coleman. Here comes the 1-1 to Ortiz. Here's the pitch. And Abby swinging a miss at a high fastball. It's a 1-2 count. Currently, Lehigh Valley is losing to Indianapolis 1-0. Louisville and Toledo are playing. That's the Louisville Bats and Toledo Mud Hens. Toledo has the lead 2-0. Syracuse Mets losing to the Scranton WB Rail Riders 2-0. Here's the 1-2. Ortiz swinging a miss on a low and inside breaking ball. Ortiz is down swinging for out number 2. Coleman strikes him out, so there's 2 outs now. That'll bring up the 4-hitter in Brady House, who can rake against lefties right here. This is his shot right here. Facing a lefty. Real chance for Brady House now, who rakes against the left-handed arm. So chance for Brady House to really get into his spot right here. Coming set is going to be Coleman. First pitch to Brady House. House takes a pitch, low, ball 1. Iowa and Gwinnett are going. Gwinnett has the lead 3-1. Their lineup is special because they have a lot of ex-big leaguers. Durham and Memphis about to get underway. Columbus, St. Paul. Same Omaha and Salt Lake going to get started at 8:35. Tacoma and Reno at 9:35. Coming set is going to be Coleman. Oklahoma City and Sacramento at 9:40. The pitch to House, swinging a fly ball. Center field, going back is Cameron at the track, at the wall, and it's off the wall. Cameron has to play it off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Glasser has scored. Franklin coming home. He will score. And Brady House in the 3rd with a triple. Brady House delivers with an RBI triple for the Rochester Red Wings. 2 runs on the board. Brady House with yet another triple. A guy who's not too fast with a triple right there. Goes off the wall. Thought that one might have gotten out of here, but didn't have the distance. But it does have extra bases all over it for Brady House's 3rd triple at AAA Rochester this year. Brady House continues to rake since being sent down. Now here's the pitch to Pinckney. He check swing right back to the pitcher. Coleman fields it. Fires to first. Just in time to get Pinckney, who was sprinting out that. Pinckney tried to run it out, but that's out number 3. That will end the inning. Brady House delivers with a triple, and the Rochester Red Wings now have the lead 2-1. Christian Franklin able to score from first. Brady House in a 3rd. Brady House, triple number 3, RBIs 32 and 33 on the year at AAA Rochester. There it is again. Brady House raking against left-handed hitters. Brady House just rakes over there against lefties. So he once again gets a pitch he likes, sends it out to dead center. A guy who this year is hitting .351 against lefties across 2026. That is crazy. That is crazy to me, man. Really good for the man. That is really good. And we saw it even in spring training. When he faced lefties, he was hitting .444, .424 against righties. So he rakes against lefties. So good job by Brady House. Let's go Redbirds. Yes, Mr. C. Red Wings getting on the board. It's a 2-1 game. And Brady House is the man to do it. A guy who's been with the Nationals this year at the big league level is the one to get it done. Good job by Brady House that time. Just driving in the run. Getting it done right there. Great for Brady House right there. Get the work and get the opportunity to do that. A guy in the month of July who's hitting .294 with Rochester. So good for him. Good for Brady House. And he hit .293 his first month. Pre-All-Star hit .227 with the Nationals, though. So it would be really nice for him to find his way back to the big leagues. I'd be so excited to see him come back to the big leagues. But there you go, 2-1 game. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, Brady House delivers with an RBI triple to dead center. So we go bottom 5, top of the order for the Bisons. Cameron, Kasevich, and McAdoo for the Red Wings. In the bottom of the 5th, Jackson Kent will be back out there for a 5th inning of work. Thing about it is you got to give Brady House some time, though. You can't just let him come to the big leagues. The guy is 23 as Kent into the line. First pitch here to Coleman as he slaps this one to center, but going back as Weimer a few steps, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Joey Weimer immediately retiring Cameron for out number 1. Daz Cameron down on 1 pitch. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs in the inning, last inning, in the top of the 5th. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. It's now Rochester 2, Buffalo 1. So, Brady House, the miracle man right there with a triple off the wall. So they'll make Kasevich right here. Here's the pitch, and that's in there, called strike 1. So it's an 0-1 count right here. We'll check up on some scores around the MLB now as well. Just a few games happening today. Josh Kasevich up to the plate. He's 2 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be swung on, grounded through the hole on the right. Josh Kasevich with his 3rd hit on the day. Another base hit for Josh Kasevich right there. His 3rd hit here. Wow. Red Wings, says Mr. C. Yeah, sometimes you get them mixed up, but Redbirds would be a decent nickname for them. If they're the Red Wings, you might as well nickname them the Redbirds, but there you go. Red Wings give up yet another hit. So now to bring up Charles McAdoo, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Just runner at first here with 1 out. Here's the pitch to McAdoo from Kent. That's going to be in there, called strike 1. It's an 0-1 count. Only 5 games at the big league level today, and 2 of them are almost over. So 3 of them, all of them are almost over. You have the Royals Tigers only in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the 0-1 to McAdoo from Kent. Here's the pitch, and that's low ball 1. Runner on the move to throw to second. Not in time on the throw to second. Kasevich now swipes a bag. Josh Kasevich is just doing it all right now. 3 hits on the day, and he swipes a bag now. So runner at second now with 1 out. Throw by Maxwell Romero Jr. The catcher was not very aggressive. He didn't pop up really quickly. Kasevich didn't have a great jump, and he's not too fast either. So now that'll bring up McAdoo here with a 1-1. Here's the pitch. And McAdoo takes a pitch low, ball 2. So we'll be a 2-1 count. Some scores around the league. The Blue Jays beat the Rays 3-1. Twins beat the Guardians 3-1. And the Braves beat the Padres 6-5. Iglesias racking up a save 21 in that game. The 2-1 to McAdoo. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul to be a 2-2 count now. Right now, going on, the Diamondbacks and Cardinals in the bottom of the 9th. D-backs have the lead 10-2. And on the other side, looks like they just won, actually. Or, excuse me, they're going to go to the bottom of the 9th. And Royals Tigers in the bottom of the 5th are at 0-0. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch from Kent. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Jackson Kent. He has strikeout number 6. He struck out half a dozen now. 6 strikeouts through 4 2/3. Jackson Kent is cooking.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
And Charles McAdoo for swinging at that pitch.
Thank you.
So high fastball that time, where put him away with cheese right there. So I'm going to bring a Macaver right here with 2 outs. Kent sets. The pitch to Macaver right here. Swung on, fouled back, so it'll be an 0-1 count now. 0-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. A nice 5 innings here by Jackson Kent would be great. They only got 4 innings out of their starter, Gallardo, who, if he had probably gone another inning, probably would have shut down this Red Wings offense. They were not getting to him at all. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss at a low off speed right there. Goes down to 85 that time. And it's an 0-2 count now. So 0-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Kent now working with a lead now. A 1-run lead. He comes set. Here comes the 0-2. The pitch. That's low and in ball 1. So it will be, yes, that's ball 1. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. Really only one MLB game going on. A lot of minor leagues, though. We can go through some of the final scores in just a second. Coming sets Kent. The 1-2. That's in the dirt ball, too, so it will be a 2-2 count. Got a shout-out to give right here. Shout-out to my grandmom and grandbob for listening in. Thank you so much, grandmom and grandbob. Wackadoo McAdoo. What a nickname, Mr. C. Wackadoo McAdoo. That is a really great nickname, Mr. C. Wackadoo McAdoo with his strikeout. The 2-2 to Macaver. Here's the pitch. Just outside, ball 3. So Macaver now up to the plate here. But Wackadoo McAdoo right there. But shout out to my grandmom and grandbob for also tuning in. Thank you so much for listening in, grandmom and grandbob. This will be 3-2 here as a timeout is taken by Maxwell Romero Jr., the catcher that time. So 3-2 here. So looks like some postponements and some final scores. Worcester beat Jacksonville 15-1. That's the Worcester Red Sox beat the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp 15-1. So it'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch from Kent. Just upstairs, ball 4. Can't get the call. So it looks like we're going to get a mound visit right here. Kent doesn't like it, but we are going to get one right here. So make it runners at first and second here with 2 outs. Oh, Kent's having him stay. Did he say don't come out? Wow. Now it's just going to be Romero here. Is this just going to be the infield, or is this the end of the day? Looks like it will be. Matthew LeCroy going to take out Jackson Kent now after that walk. So Jackson Kent's day is over. Still a good game by him. Still a decent game. I mean, so there'll be runners at first and second here with 2 outs. Good game by Jackson Kent. We'll get his final totals in a second here. But Jackson Kent threw strikes in the inning. He did his best. He had 6 strikeouts anyway. He did have some problem with the free passes. He gave up 3 walks in the game. He ends up only giving up 5 hits, though. That's the thing, 5 hits. We don't know his run total just yet, but for now, it is 1 run. So 5 hits given up, 1 run. You have the lead. Good job by Jackson Kent. You did what you needed to do right there. So it looks like we are going to get the guy I wanted to see. We're going to see Luke Young right here. Luke Young going to take over here for Jackson Kent. A righty arm right here. Luke Young going to take over. Age 24 arm right here. He'll take over here in the 5th. Just try to get the out they need right here. Just an out is all they need right here. So just 1 out, and the out to do it will be Eloy Jimenez. So Jimenez is going to be the man he's facing right here. Kind of a classic bullpen move right here. Going to the righty arm with the righty coming up to the plate. This is something you see a lot. So no surprise you're seeing it from the Rochester Red Wings right here. Going to a righty right here to face him. So runners at first and second here with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. Rochester now has a lead 2-1. So let's see what they can do with it right here. Look who's up for just one to name a name right here. Hitting right now for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, who are the AAA affiliate of the Philadelphia Phillies. Carter Kieboom, dropping a name right there. Carter Kieboom, a guy who was supposed to be a stud for the Washington Nationals, did not pan out to be a stud, at best a backup. He's playing Indianapolis, Lehigh Valley, Indianapolis. Indianapolis has the lead 1-0, but man, dropping some knowledge right there. You'll notice some of the capital cities have some minor league teams. It was like Round Rock beat Albuquerque 14-1. That's another final score. Some other games that are going to happen. You got Tacoma and Reno at 9:35, at 10:05, El Paso and Las Vegas. And then Copp at Wilkinson. That's going to be Oklahoma City and Sacramento, the pitching matchup there. So here's the first pitch here from Luke Young, and that's going to be in there. Called. Strike 1 from the little righty. Luke Young, not a too tall guy, but he's going to pump strikes. So not the tallest man you'll ever see, though, in Luke Young here. With 2 outs, Luke Young only 6'3", actually, so kind of a tall dude. That's not tall for a pitcher. Here comes the 0-1 Jimenez, and that's going to be inside. Ball 1 ran inside on him, so it will be a 1-1 count now. 6'3", 170. Not much weight to work with here from Young. Not a big dude. Not 6'3", 210 or anything. 6'3", 170. Skinny guy. Coming set is going to be Young. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul ball. And we'll do 1-2 again right here. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Looks like postponed games. Nashville and Sugar Land postponed, and Norfolk Charlotte was also postponed, so some AAA games postponed. We'll go through some of the AA games as well, even though we're watching AAA. We'll go through the Nationals affiliate scores. So it'll be 1-2 here with 2 outs. Young looking for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be 1-2 to Jimenez. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-2 count now. Harrisburg Senators beating Reading 9-0. So good job by Harrisburg, keeping a lead right there. Harrisburg has been good. Not too many notable names there, really, besides Caleb Lamavita. The 2-2 from Young. Here's the pitch. That's low and away, ball 3. In high A news, Hudson Valley's beating Wilmington 6-3. So Wilmington, the Nationals' high A affiliate, can't get a win there, but they're trying. We'll check on single A Fredericksburg as well. So it'll be 3-2 here with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be Young. It'll be a 3-2 to Jimenez. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Young walked him. So the bases are now full. All locked and loaded now. Macaver will move up to second. Jimenez will go on to first. And going up to third is going to be Kasevich. Runners at first, second, and third now with 2 outs. So they still have a chance right here. So Fayetteville and Fredericksburg are playing. Fredericksburg Nationals, the affiliate of the Nationals. They're losing to Fayetteville 9-0. So now coming set. Here's the pitch now. That's going to be in there. Call. Strike one. It'll be an 0-1 count. 0-1 here with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be Young. Here comes the 0-1 now, and that's slapped foul to be 0-2 count. Up to the plate now is Mungua. He'll be up to the plate here. He's immediately down 0-2. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. 0-2 here. 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Stepping up to the mound here is Young. Trying to get a strikeout right here. Just get the out. The out is that all that is important is just getting the out right here. Young comes set. The 0-2. And that's outside. Ball 4. Or excuse me, ball 1. Excuse me. Still had the mindset of ball 3, but that's outside ball 1, so it will be a 1-2 count. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Young's pitch count getting a little high. Sam says Dalton. Oh, saying hey to Sam. Time to go bantha hunting, Luke. Yep. Bantha hunting right here. Here we go. Coming set is Young. The 1-2. Swinging a foul back, and we'll do 1-2 again right here. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Maybe some people don't care about this, but Dominican Summer League Nationals got to win 9-5. If you know, Dominican Summer League is for Dominican players in the Dominican. In other news, looks like the FCL Nationals lost 7-0 to the FCL Astros. FCL Nationals are at 26-27, but those are all the Nationals minor league affiliates right there and all their scores. So 1-2 here with 2 outs, bases all juiced. Mangua with the bases loaded in a 1-2 count. Young comes set. The 1-2. Outside, ball 2. Can't get the call. It'd be a 2-2 count. Just can't rip the zone that time, so it'd be a 2-2 count. Let's go right here. Rip a strike. Come on.
Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go.
Coming set is Young. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. And that's upstairs, ball 3, so it'll be a 3-2 count. So Young, you do not want to walk in the tying run right here. Just get an out right here. You do not want to walk in a run right here. So it'll be 3-2 with 2 outs. Young right here, just throw a strike. That's really all his responsibility is now. To be a 3-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4, and the game is tied. Luke Young walks in a run. Second consecutive walk by Young. Now Lee Croy's decision seems to backfire a little bit. That's an RBI walk for Mangua. We're tied at 2, everybody. An RBI walk. Now what you want to see. Now all the base runners who are on base were from walks. 3 consecutive walks for this Red Wings staff. And now pitching coach will come out and make a visit here to Luke Young with 2 outs. Just get the out right here. We saw this in the game with Toledo with the Mud Hens, where they're playing as the Plates and the bullpen could not throw a strike. One other part of that, Eddie Yean. But, man, a lot of walks. Another problem here. That's something the Rochester Red Wings have always had a problem with, is throwing strikes. They've always had a little struggling with throwing strikes. So here you go. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Luke Young, well, looking for a sign. He comes set at the belt. First pitch here to Luke Young. And that's going to be swung on, fouled back, and it'll be an 0-1 count. The minor leagues. Yep. A walk fest here at the minor league level. You'll see that. It is a walk fest. So 0-1 here with 2 outs. Young steps onto the rubber. He comes set. Here comes the 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Back to Young. He fields it. First base side of the mound. Flips it up to Ortiz in time for out number 3. And that will end the inning. But Luke Young, he gets the out. But he does walk in a run. That run does go to Kent. So Kent ends up having 2 earned runs. Young ends up working only a third of an inning. He walks 2 guys. We'll see how long he ends up going total. But 1 hit in the inning, 1 run. So we're tied up at 2, everybody. But 1 run in the inning on 1 hit, 3 runners left on base. We're through 5, everybody. It is Buffalo 2, Rochester 2 right here on District Nation. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Help out the channel just a little bit as we go to the top of the 6 right here. Getting close to that 7th inning stretch, everybody. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be back on the mic soon with more baseball play-by-play, and come football season, we'll be on the mic for that as well. We're YouTube's home of DC Sports. We're going to have a ton of Commanders play-by-play, all Nationals during the summer, and during the winter, we'll mix in some Wizards games as well. So here we go. Top of the 6, maybe even some Caps games if we feel so obligated to do so as we get going for the top of the 6 right here. It'll be Lipscomb, Weimer, and Wallace. You know, I really want to see from Weimer right here is not to chase, and from Lipscomb to just elevate the ball a little bit. He's hitting a lot of home runs. And his average is great. Just maintain. Keep hitting bombs the way he is. No need to change the approach at all. Just keep hitting tanks. I mean, 18 home runs on the year, 54 runs driven in, 7 stolen bases, hitting .275 with a .313 on-base percentage. Those are numbers that Paul DeBoni should be seeing right now, and seeing that Trey Lipscomb is a util guy. He can play infield. He can play outfield. He can play third base. He can play practically anywhere. So let the man get a try. Give him a shot. I mean, he could play. He's played first in his career. He's played second. He can probably play short. He can probably play third. Those are his 2 mains. He has played left. He has played right. Is Trey Lipscomb not the perfect util guy? He is raking at the AAA level. He would love to be the util guy at the big leagues because he's in the big leagues at that point. So something to consider for the big league runners right there. But here we go. Top of the 6th, everybody. It'll be Lipscomb, Weimer, and Wallace right here. And Devereaux Harrison will take over right here. Devereaux Harrison into the wind here. First pitch from Harrison, and Lipscomb takes it in there. Called strike 1 on the lone outside corner. Should be an 0-1 count. Coleman, after working an inning, is out of the game. Righty Harrison in now. Here comes the 0-1 to Lipscomb. Here's the pitch, and Lipscomb swinging a miss and a fastball, and it's an 0-2 count now. 0-2 here with Harrison now on the mound for the Buffalo Bisons right here. Devereaux Harrison. So it's Devereaux Harrison wearing number 31 here. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a ground ball. Fouled 0-2 again. 26th game for Harrison. 2 starts this season as well. 3-3 record. A 6.85 ERA at the minor league level this year. And that's across just AAA. So that's just in AAA International League, playing with the Buffalo Bisons. So it'll be 0-2 again to Lipscomb after fouling that pitch off. We're tied at 2, everybody, here in the top of the 6th. All knotted back up. After the house triple, it's erased by walks to make it tied at 2. It'll be 0-2 here. The pitch to Lipscomb is high, ball 1. So it will be a 1-2 count right here. Harrison looks in for his sign. He goes back into the wind. Here comes the 1-2 to Trey Lipscomb again. Swing and a miss, and Lipscomb is down swinging for out number 1. That's the first time Lipscomb's been retired all evening. He drew a walk his first time up, then had a single, and now he struck out. So that's out number 1. Lipscomb is down on the swings. That'll bring up Joey Weimer now, who's over 2 on the day. Joey, Dominican Republic, will hit here. Joey Weimer, I'd really hope he'd be patient right here. Unless he gets all strikes, be patient. We can grade them based on if they're in the zone. The pitch to Weimer is going to be high and in ball 1. There you go. Take a ball. I mean, the chase rate is crazy with Joey Weimer, so he should definitely be patient right here. So 1-0 here with the 1 out. In the wind is Harrison. Here comes the 1-0 to Weimer, and that is in there. Called strike 1. Welcome in, everybody who is coming over from Dr. Delay. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is District Nation. I'm YouTube's home of DC Sports, but we're covering a minor league game tonight. So thank you so much. Here's the 1-1, and Weimer takes a pitch in there, called strike 2, so it's a 1-2 count. Thank you so much to everyone coming over from Dr. Delay. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel a little bit. We're covering a little minor league baseball today. Here's the pitch to Weimer, and that's up and in ball 2, so to be a 2-2 count. Almost hit him. Like number Big Ben. Let's go. Thank you so much, Dr. Delay, for hitting that like button. And for the redirect, thank you so much, Delay. If you guys want Pittsburgh sports and sports in general, a lot of NFL content, head over to Dr. Delay. He has you covered over there. So 2-2 here with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Weimer. Weimer swinging a foul ball off himself. So do 2-2 again right here. 2-2 here with 1 out. And if anyone's just coming in, you're curious. Chris is here. What's up, Chris? He says, hey, District. Thanks for tuning in, Chris. If you're wondering here, and Chris in the house, he's a part of Districts Nation as well as Dr. Delay. Here's the 2-2 to Weimer. That's low and away ball 3. If you are wondering, this is the Rochester Red Wings. They are visiting the Buffalo Bisons. That's the Nationals AAA affiliate to the Blue Jays AAA affiliate Not too much MLB today, so we had to cover some minor leagues. 2-2 to Weimer. Low and in ball 3. Or excuse me, that's ball 4. Weimer's going to take a walk. So the scoreboard was off. Weimer's going to take a walk right here. So Weimer now stands at first here with 1 gone. Joey Dominican Republic takes a walk. Runner at first here with 1 away. Now bring up Caden Wallace right here with a shot to drive in a run or 2 right here. Be nice if he can untie this game, score Weimer somehow from first. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. We are now up to 720 subscribers. Be sure to put your answer in the poll because it looks like it's narrowing down a little bit between Wild Thing and Jake Taylor. Here's the pitch to Wallace, and that's outside ball 1. I know Delay will get this reference, but I'm wearing a Cleveland Indians Ricky Vaughn jersey right now. So bring that up on screen. Ricky Vaughn jersey from the Major League movie. So that's the jersey we're wearing tonight. Coming set is going to be Harrison. Here comes the 1-0 to Wallace. Wallace swinging a miss at a breaking ball on the outside corners to be a 1-1 count. Christopher's here. He says, "Hey, District." What's up, Christopher? Thank you so much for tuning in. Christopher in the house. Let's go. So 1-1 here with 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. We're all knotted at 2. Here comes the 1-1 to Wallace. Wallace swinging a shot up the middle. That's a base hit center field. Weimer going to round second, but he'll stop there. So Caden Wallace with a base hit center field. There's runners at first and second here with 1 out. The Red Wings threatening to score right here. So base hit up to center field for Caden Wallace. So there's runners at first and second with 1 gone. Let's go. So 2 runners on here, and that'll bring up Maxwell Romero Jr., who looking to just find his way into AAA right here. I mean, feeling his way through the weeds here after being called up. After Harry Ford is sent to the big leagues through a few ABs here. Still trying to figure it out a little bit. 3 games, 7 ABs. He's hitting .429 at the time. So coming set here is going to be Harrison. Here's the pitch to Maxwell Romero Jr. First pitch is upstairs, ball 1. That's an awesome jersey, Marin. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much. It's a really nice one. I've never seen Major League. Wow, everyone is shocked when I say that. Dr. Delay, you've got some homework to do, Dr. Delay. You've got some homework. Here's the 1-0. And Romero Jr. swinging a fly ball, but this one is not going to be far. Second baseman McAdoo is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Thought he had a better piece of that one, but that's just an infield fly eventually. So that's out number 2. 2 outs here, and that'll bring the top of the order. And Philip Glasser with a chance with runners at first and second and 2 down. Chance for the Red Wings to get something going right here. Ricky says, good game. Yeah, it is a very good game right here. Like it up, sub it up. Yes, everybody, listen to Ricky. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. So runners at first and second with 2 down. And Philip Glasser up to the plate. Here's the pitch, and he takes a pitch right in there called strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count now. 0-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Coleman comes set. It'll be an 0-1 to Glasser. Here comes the pitch. And Glasser swinging a ground ball. Play made by McAdoo. He will fire to first in time for out number 3. Second baseman McAdoo made the play. Fired it to first in time for out number 3. And that'll end the inning, everybody. So 1 hit in the inning and a walk. So 2 runners left on base. And the Red Wings just can't get any more runs. We're to the bottom of the 6th. We're still knotted up at 2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, everybody. Rochester 2, Bisons 2 right here on District Nation as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Thank you so much for tuning in, especially if you're coming over from Dr. Delay. Thank you for tuning in. This is minor league baseball right here on District Nation. So everybody, just to know, we probably won't, I know I'm not going to be on the mic on Tuesday because I'm actually headed up to Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. So I'm headed up to Citizens Bank Park. I'm going to the Yankees-Phillies game. Ken Schlittler is apparently going to pitch on Saturday. Really excited for that. But yeah, not going to be on the mic there. But hopefully I will be able to post some pictures from Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies home. Probably going to end up maybe, I don't know if I'm going to get any merch. I think I'm going to end up wearing this jersey anyway. I think this would just be the best one to wear into Philly. It's not like they're playing the Guardians. I don't really want to wear too much Nationals gear into Philadelphia, personally. So I'm going to stick with the Cleveland jersey. Hope that sticks out. So, and obviously, going to look at the other jerseys, see how many there's there, because I know there's always a ton of jerseys when you go into Citizens Bank Park. This is actually going to be my 3rd stadium on the year, Nationals Park a lot this year, Camden Yards this year, and now Citizens Bank Park. So 3 on the year. And the bank of stadiums keeps going up. The stadium count just keeps going up. Let's go. So if you're a channel member, you'll have some exclusive photos from the updates because I said photo updates are going to be for channel members. So if you are a member of the channel, Districts Nation or District Super Nation, you'll get pictures from Citizens Bank Park and exclusive content. So here goes. Zach Kent's going to take over here in the bottom of the 6th. Let's hope he's more Clark Kent than Clark Griswold today. Let's hope Zach Kent finds which Kent he wants to be today. So Zach Kent had 10 games at the MLB level as well. Luke Young ends up working a third of an inning, walks 2 guys. No strikeouts, no hits, no runs, but he does end up allowing a run while he's in the game, but it's not earned to him. So Zach Kent going to take over right here. He'll start his day off by facing Simone right here. Coming set is Kent. Here's the pitch from Zach Kent, and that's going to be low and away ball 1, so it will be a 1-0 count. So Zach Kent was kind of your up 10, down 10 type of guy at the big league level. Wasn't getting too much opportunity there, so minor leagues he's getting a lot more fun. Comes the 1-0, and that's going to be low ball 2. So it is a 2-0 count now. 2-0 here with no one gone, bottom of the 6th. Hello, Dion. What's up, Sinbin? Thank you so much for tuning in. Sinbin in the house, guys. You want baseball, basketball, football, or hockey, and anything, check out Sinbin. The 2-0 is going to be in there called strike 1. Check out Sinbin stream if you want a lot of other sports play-by-play. Need a quick 7 likes for 15. Let's go. Let's hit 15 right here. Zach Kent looks in for a sign. He comes set here. It'll be a pitch to Simone. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul, so it's a 2-strike count now. Zach Kent wearing number 54 with the Red Wings now. No love for Serrano, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Not too many people giving love for Serrano. I mean, I would give love to Ricky Vaughn, but I'm also an Eddie Harris fan. So here comes the 2-2 from Kent. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is down the third base line and foul. Brady House played it on the line, played it like it was fair, but they're going to call it foul. So 2-2 here. No one out. Bottom of the 6th inning. We are knotted up at 2 here in Buffalo. This big stadium, Solid Field. A very big field. Simone now has a 2-2 count on him. Kent wearing stirrup pants with black socks. He comes set with the red jersey. It kind of matches. Now time called by the hitter Simone. So 2-2 here. Bottom of the 6th. Kent comes set. It'll be a 2-2 to Simone. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Or that's not Jackson Kent. That's Zach Kent out there. So Zach Kent looking a lot like Superman out there for out number 1. So that's a swing and a miss for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nice strikeout by Zach Kent. So that'll now bring up Mendoza here. Carlos Mendoza will get an AB here in the bottom of the 6th. Harris does have some great one-liners. Say barkeep. Joe Boone needs a refill. Yep, you got to say with the accent too. Here's the pitch now to Mendoza. That is going to be in there, called strike 1. So it'll be no 1 count. You got to say with the accent. Should be 0-1 here as Kent steps back onto the mound here. He looks in for his sign. He comes set. He waits. Now here comes the 0-1 to Mendoza. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, but that's foul, actually. It goes back and foul, so it'll be 0-2 count. Thought that one might stay fair. Yeah, Eddie Harris. Great one-liners, but overall, I think the best character is Ricky Vaughn. So that's why the jersey's there. That's why it is a Ricky Vaughn jersey. So that is the jersey I have. So that one fouled backwards. So it'll be 0-2 here. Zach Kent trying to get some quick outs here. As heading back to the play here will be Mendoza after slapping that little ground ball. Jesus Christ, can't hit a curveball. You never know. Yep, that is one of his best lines. And as Serrano called him, Jesus. Well, Joe Boo didn't even end up helping him hit the home run. It was when Serrano cut away and just said he'll do it himself. That's when he finally hit the home run off of Jackson. Here's the 0-2 from Kent. Swinging a foul ball. He fouls that one away. It looks like we got plenty of people in the chat. Everybody like it up and sub it up. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's minor league broadcast. So 0-2 here with the 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Kent, that's 0-2 once again. He looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. We go to Mendoza. Here's the pitch, and that's outside, ball one, so it is a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here with a 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Some great liners from Eddie Harris. Some other characters, you got Ryder Dorn, had some good lines. Pedro Serrano, Jake Taylor. The 1-2, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Zach Kent on a breaking ball sets down Mendoza, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 straight strikeouts for Zach Kent. He struck out Simon A. Now he gets out Mendoza, and that'll bring up Cameron here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Dawes Cameron coming to the plate right here. No 2 outs. Zach Kent just trying to get out of the inning right here. Head back into the 7th inning, at least tied at best. Just keep it tied. Let's go. We just gained another sub. Going up to 7:21. Coming set is Kent. Here's the pitch to Cameron. That's going to be in there. Called. Strike 1. Got to go with Bob Uecker. Oh, yes. Bob Uecker. You mean Harry Doyle. Yep, Harry Doyle. Hello, everybody. Harry Doyle with you.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So we 0-1 to Cameron. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is off of Lipscomb, but third baseman House has it, but he can't come up with it. That ground ball was off of Trey Lipscomb. Cameron hits it hard off of Lipscomb, so they're probably going to give him a base hit as that's hit directly off of him. Not what you want to see there, but that's what happens. Kent probably got the ground out, and Lipscomb goes to field it, and it goes off his leg. House tries to field the deflection, but he can't make the play, so 2 outs here. That's probably going to be a base hit here. Yeah, Harry Doyle. Ball 4. Ball 8. So now Josh Kasevich, who has been killing the Red Wings today, will hit here. He's 3 for 3. As that pitch is going to be low, ball 1, but Romero Jr. wants a challenge. So we'll see if the Red Wings will be out of challenges or if they're successful. Here's the pitch. And it's a strike. Maxwell Romero Jr. was successful with the challenge. That just barely clipped the bottom part of the zone. And the Rochester Red Wings succeed with a challenge.
Thank you.
So it's an 0-1 count now. Romero Jr. succeeds. So to be an 0-1 count here. Kent sets. The 0-1 to Kasevich. Here is the pitch to Kasevich. As that's going to be in there for a strike. Throw to second. Not in time. So a swipe bag now for Cameron after that base hit off of Lipscomb. He swipes second. So he's in scoring position now. And Kasevich is 3 for 3 on the day and has the only 2 runners in the game. The actual former player came up with the best line. Hey, Taylor, how's your wife and my kids? Yeah, how's your wife and my kids? So 0-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Still probably one of my favorite baseball movies. So Kent comes set. 0-2 here, and now time called here. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Kent looks in for a sign. He got it, and he comes set. 0-2. Here's the pitch to Kasevich. And the dirt ball 1. You got to pitch around this guy. He has been killing. The Bisons have been just killing the Red Wings, and it's one guy, and it's Kasevich. 3 hits on the day. A single, then a double, then another single, and he steals a bag in the 5th. So he is red hot. Runner at second here with 2 outs. Kent comes set. It'll be 1-2 to Kasevich. He waits. Looks back at the runner at second. Now the pitch. Inside, ball 2. Can't get the call, so it'll be a 2-2 count. Thought he might have clipped the zone that time, so it'll be 2-2. They told him to improvise with something that a player would say to the catcher, and he came up with that on the spot. Wow, that is awesome, Sinbin. Nice little nugget right there. You learn something every day. The pitch is low, ball 3, so it'll be a 3-2 count now. 3-2 here with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Zach Kent on the mound for the Red Wings right here. Had some experience from the Nationals. College, he went to VMI, so near the DMV area. In the DMV area. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch. That's low and away, ball 4. So Zach Kent walks a man, and Kasevich is on base for the 4th straight at-bat. Wow. He is finding his way on very well, and that is also a lot of walks being offered up right now. That's the 6th walk by the Red Wings today they've thrown. So the Red Wings pitching staff has walked 6 guys. The Bisons are being very patient. So the pitching coach will now pay a visit to Zach Kent. I wonder how many stolen bases Ricky Henderson would have in this era? That is a really good question. I feel like catchers have gotten stronger, Mr. C. That's the thing. Catchers have gotten stronger, and fielders have gotten better, but have runners gotten slower? Because right now, the dominant stolen base guy is Nasim Nunez. We watch him every day. Nunez doesn't even get on base that much. Nunez is not a great hitter. Henderson was a decent hitter. That's the thing. Ricky Henderson got on base too. Nasim Nunez will never be Ricky Henderson, no matter how much he tries. Runners at first and second here. Here's a pitch from Kent to McAdoo, and that's in there. Called strike one. It's an 0-1 count. Ricky Henderson had good numbers when it comes to hitting. He was not terrible. He had good numbers. Nasim Nunez, on the other hand, does not have good hitting numbers. Here comes the 0-1, and McAdoo takes a pitch outside, ball one. This guy, look at the batting average, 274, 303, 319, 267, 292, 293, 314. Great numbers for Ricky Henderson. Career batting average, 208. No way, it's 208. That's crazy. He had some bad seasons. Comes the 1-1. That's low ball too. Or that's his last season. So that is his last season. He hit 208. That's amazing. I mean, that's really good. Career batting average 297. Yeah. Should be 2-1. Coming set is Kent. I think he would have had a lot more stolen bases. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's a 2-2 count. Did you realize that when Henderson broke the stolen base record, that Nolan Ryan threw his 7th no-hitter later that? I did not realize that, and he stole the headline. That's a really good nugget. Sinbin again. Sinbin dropping all the facts. I love this. Sinbin knows what he's talking about, but Nolan Ryan that night. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Second baseman Wallace is there. Flips it up to Lipscomb in time for out number 3. They go to the fielder's choice that time. Fielder's choice 4-6, and that will end the inning. So that'll keep it scoreless here in the 6th. The 1 hit in the inning. 2 runners left on base. So that will end the inning, everybody. I mean, good play there. Wallace has to slide up the middle and make the play. Interesting fact there, that when Henderson broke the stolen base record, Nolan Ryan threw his 7th no-hitter later that night. Stole the headlines. That is really interesting. So that shows people do not care not as much about stolen bases as they do no-hitters. No-hitters are so much more impressive. Good points, but with bigger bags and only 2 throwers. Yeah. In today's era, bigger bags, so in that way easier to steal bases, and only 2 pickovers. Ricky Henderson, being who he is, would probably bait them over, the throws. He would bait the throws quickly, and he'd have the bag. And look at the batting averages here. Career hitting 279. The leader right now, Nasim Nunez, is hitting in the 230s. So Nasim Nunez will never be Ricky Henderson. But Ricky Henderson today, even if he doesn't hit well, he has 35 stolen bases. That was what I'm saying here, is that even a bad hitter can swipe 40 now. And a bad hitter is on pace to swipe 60 yags. Nasim Nunez, who probably will, because he's a starter. And on that fact, Ricky Henderson hit well. He would steal a lot more in today's game. I think he would steal a lot more. One thing is the catchers have gotten stronger, so kind of adapting with the game, catchers as well as just runners. But Ricky Henderson probably would steal a lot more bags today than he did in the past. I think if he played in the modern era, I agree with you, Mr. C. Saw it on X recently, too. Had forgotten. Oh, so we go top of the 7th, everybody. It is still a 2-2 game, but really good point on Ricky Henderson. I think he would steal a lot more bags today. That's my take, but I think bigger bags, he would bait over the 2 throws quickly. Here's the top of the 7th. Here we go. Harrison will stay out there for a 2nd inning of work. Christian Franklin, he's 1 for 2 on the day. He also drew a walk and scored. Here's the pitch, and he lines this one up the middle. Diving stop by the second baseman, McAdoo. Fires it to first in time for out number 1. Franklin is robbed of a base hit. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. Nice play by McAdoo there for out number 1. So 1 gone here in the top of the 7th. That'll now bring up Abimelech Ortiz here with 1 out in the top of the 7th. What a play by McAdoo there. Even if he's on the other team, great play. Now that'll bring up Abimelech, and that's a called strike 1 in the outside corner, and it's an 0-1 count. I think Ricky Henderson would steal a lot more in today's game. Here's the pitch to Abimelech, and that's going to be called strike 2, bottom part of the zone, so it's an 0-2 count. I'm going to have to put that up as a poll, Mr. C. I'd like to see what other people say there. So we know 2 here. Coming set is going to be Harrison in his second inning of work. Here's the pitch to Ortiz. And Ortiz takes a pitch outside, ball 1. So it's a 1-2 count. That one off the plate. So do 1-2 here. Top of the 7th inning. We're tied at 2, Rochester and Buffalo. So it'll be a 1-2 here. Here's the pitch from Ortiz. Ortiz swinging a miss at a breaking ball, and that's out number 2. Gets him to chase that one. Second strikeout of the evening for Harrison. Gets him to chase an over-the-top breaking ball. He just can't hit it for out number 2. So that's the second strikeout for Harrison now. That'll bring up Brady House right here. House has a triple and a single today. He had that big triple that ended up taking the lead for the Red Wings. The pitch to House is going to be called strike 1, and there you go. Once again, you see that Brady House is just going to do well against lefties and do almost nothing against righties. Into the wind here is Harrison. Here's the 0-1 to House. House swinging a foul ball to be a 1-1 count. But Brady House, or 0-2, excuse me, but Brady House, a guy who just rakes against lefties and just can barely hit righties. We look at the splits every time we watch them. Harrison into the wind here. 0-2, 2 outs to House. Here's the pitch. House takes a pitch outside, ball 1 with a 75-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Overall in the league, is the stolen base success rate higher than before the new rules? I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up. So we'll have to look that up, but I feel like there's less stolen bases. Here comes the 1-2 to House, and he takes a pitch in the dirt, ball 2. I'm going to have to look that up, Mr. C, at the 7th inning stretch, but that is a really good question. I mean, this stolen base conversation really gets you thinking. So Chris is here. Chris comes back, and Eric is here. I think we're talking about stolen bases here. I don't know what season we're on. The 2-2 to House, and he fouls this one back. Good AB by Brady House right here. We'd also have to see, Mr. C, the comparison of how many they attempt, let's say, in 1990 compared to this year, because there's a lot more pickoffs now, too. The 2-2 to House. Swinging a ground ball. This is to the shortstop. He fields cleanly on the run. Fires to first in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Harrison that time, and that will end the top of the 7th. It is time to stretch, everybody. So we will head to the 7th inning stretch. We're tied at 2. Red Wings 2, Bisons 2. Right here on District Nation. Time to stand up and stretch and sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So you go bottom 7, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to this minor league broadcast. Zach Kent back out there for the bottom of the 7th after working a successful 6th inning. He'll be back out there for a 7th inning. He only gave up 1 hit. He had 1 walk as well. Just a lot of walks, but Willie McAvere will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th. Kent sets. First pitch to McAvere. Swung on, popped up, center field. Weimer's under it. He's camping. He's got it. He's under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Nice job by Zach Kent to get 1 pitch, 1 out on their 4-hitter. McAvere's been a dangerous hitter. So a lot of people are in here. Looks like we got pancakes in here. I could go for some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I can't eat either of those things with my braces. I miss it. So now that'll bring up Eloy Jimenez now. First pitch to Jimenez from Kent is going to be low ball one. I can't eat peanuts or Cracker Jacks with my braces. And I was always a ballpark food type of guy too. Loved eating ballpark food and now had to give up popcorn, peanuts, Cracker Jacks. I'm the guy who gets a hot dog, and that's basically it at a ballpark now. Here's the 1-0 to Jimenez. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Makes the play as Lipscomb. He fires to first on the run in time for out number 2. Nice job by Trey Lipscomb. So there's 2 outs now. Quickly, Zach Kent working hard here. Just a couple pitches, couple outs. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up Manguna now with 2 outs. Mangua here with 2 outs. Let's go. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. So that'll bring up Ismail Mangua here with 2 outs. Mangua still has 1 hit, and that pitch is in there for a strike, so be no 1 count. Clips to the zone. So it looks like Jake Taylor is losing the lead now. Slowly, some other people are climbing in. Coming set is going to be Kent. It'll be an 0-1 here to Mangua. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high ball 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 2 outs. Mangua looks in for his sign. He shakes off. Now he's got what he wants, and he comes set. It'll be a 1-1. Here's the pitch. Mangua takes a pitch upstairs, so it'll be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. He's so much tuning in, everybody. Wait, so Kent came in for Kent. Well, it was Kent to Young to Kent. Yes, so Kent did come in for Kent. Kent, then Young, then Kent. Here's the 2-1 from Kent. So I'm going to fly ball out to left, and this one will be foul, so it'll be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 or 2 outs now. Zach Kent is 1 strike away from working 2 good innings out of the bullpen, giving some of the other arms a rest if Zach Kent can work 2. Good job by him just working those 2 innings well. So 2-2 here with 2 outs. Coming set is Kent. The 2-2 from Zach Kent. Swing and a miss. Zach Kent gets the strikeout for out number 3 on a low and inside breaking ball. Zach Kent delivers with a strikeout, and that will end the inning. 3rd strikeout on the game for Zach Kent. Maybe send him out for a 3rd if you want to. That's out number 3, turning into Superman now. He's Clark Kent right here. He is not Clark Griswold. So that will end the inning. Let's go. A nice strikeout right there.
Let's go. Let's go.
So we are through 7, everybody, and we are all tied at 2. A good game right here. Don't go anywhere right now, everybody. Settle in, see how this one ends. We are through 7, tied at 2. Last time the Red Wings were in a close game. I was at home, and they were able to walk it off on a walk-off wild pitch. You can find that call on my YouTube channel. It's the first short that'll pop up, so you can go check that out right now, or even at the end of this game, see how that game ends. Looks like we got plenty of people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit, because this channel is growing. We got a lot coming up right here on District Nation. So plenty of people in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be on the mic for more baseball this coming weekend. Coming up, we'll have football in the fall, basketball during the winter, everything people want. This is YouTube's home of DC Sports. So here we go. Let's go back to the bobbleheads real quickly. I was showing off the bobbleheads, everybody, if you were wondering, but here you go. This is the bobblehead collection right here. So there you go. This is the bobblehead collection. We were looking at this. I've been looking at this throughout the game with people, explaining some of my favorite bobbleheads and such. The 2026 ones, other ones. Just there's a whole lot of bobbleheads, and I really like showing them off as we go to the top of the 8th inning right here. We'll come back to this in between innings so we can talk about more bobbleheads. A walk-off wild pitch is pretty crazy. Yeah, it was an interesting game. Here we go. Andrew Pinckney going to hit here in the top of the 8th. No one gone to get this one underway. I feel like we saw that same thing in a previous Red Wings game. Yep. Here's the pitch to Pinckney, and that's going to be low ball 1, so it is a 1-0 count. 1-0 here with no outs, top of the 8th. Harrison back out for a 3rd inning of work. The pitch to Pinckney is outside ball 2, so Devereaux Harrison back out there for another inning. This is his third inning of work. Good for him, working 3 innings out of the pen. I mean, guy who has started games before, that's going to be in there. Called strike one. Had 58 career starts. He has 2 starts this year. So they were looking for some distance out of him after only 1 inning worked by Coleman. So Harrison back out for a third inning here in the 8th inning. The 2-1 of Pinckney is going to be in there. Called strike 2. So it is a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here. No one out. Coleman worked the 5th inning. He gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. He walked 1 man and got a strikeout. So no 0 in any category, really. Very active 5th from Coleman. Now Harrison's really taken over this game. Here's the 2-2. And Pinckney grounds this one. Third baseman makes a nice play. Sprawling over. Fires to first. In time for out number 1. What a play by Kasevich. A ball towards the hole. He has to lay out for that one. Makes a nice play for out number 1. Ground ball towards the 6th hole, and he lays out, makes a play, hops up quickly, and fires it to the first baseman, Jimenez, in time. So 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Now bring up Trey Lipscomb right here with 1 out. He has a hit in this game. He's been on base a couple times in today's game. Struck out his last at-bat. The pitch is high and inside ball when he started the hands, but held him back. So it will be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 1 out. Harrison to the wind. The pitch to Pinckney. Pinckney swinging a miss. He is early on that breaking ball, so it will be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 with 1 out. Into the wind. Here's the pitch from Harrison to Lipscomb. Swing and a miss. He's flying in another breaking ball, so it will be a 1-2 count. 1-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Lipscomb up to the plate here, facing Harrison. Harrison will go into the wind right here. It'll be a 1-2 to Lipscomb. Here's the pitch. Lipscomb takes a pitch upstairs, ball 2. So it will be a 2-2 count. 2-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Back to the wind. Here's Harrison. Here comes the 2-2 to Lipscomb. And that is inside, ball 3. Just a bit inside. So it will be a 3-2 count now. Just barely clipped. So 3-2 here with a 1 out in the top of the 8th. Harrison shakes off. Now he's got what he wants. It'll be a 3-2. He's into his quick windup. The pitch to Lipscomb. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right. Ranging back is Mangua. Now it's the center fielder Cameron under it. And he makes the catch for out number 2. That's Cameron out there in center field. And there's 2 outs now. So that'll bring up Joey Weimer right here with 2 outs. Joey Weimer, who's 0 for 2 on the day, with a couple strikeouts and a walk. So good there. We saw a little patience from Joey Weimer, which was really, really great. A little bit of a change of pace. Joey Weimer changed it up, draw to walk. I mean, hasn't done too much of that. Nice to see him do that. So here we go, Joey Weimer coming to the plate here. Coming set, the pitch to Weimer. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, but the shortstop Rivera is there. He will fire to first in time for out number 3. And the Red Wings go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the 8th. The last base runner they had was in the 6th inning. They can't get anything going right here. So 1-2-3 quickly for the Rochester Red Wings. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. What to the bottom of the 8th? Still Rochester 2, Buffalo 2 right here on District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning right here. So we go bottom 8. It'll be Rivera, Simone, and Mendoza for the Bisons in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll see what pitcher takes over for the Rochester Red Wings right here, or if they send out Kent for a third inning of work. That seems kind of savage to me, though. Sending out Zach Kent, a guy who doesn't normally work distance, have him work a third inning of work. Not unusual for a team like the Red Wings to do with the way the Nationals function, really. They're a team who is willing to send out a guy for another inning. It's a team, the Nationals, they want guys at AAA doing that, getting ready to work a lot of innings at the big league level when they get to the big league level. Because you're not just going to work 1 inning out of the Nationals bullpen of all bullpens. They need arms, and they need it badly. And a part of using arms is using an arm for multiple innings. So, looks like we're going to go to another Young right here. Alex Young's going to take over. So we go Kent, Young, Kent, Young. Kent, Young, Kent, Young. So here we go, bottom of the 8th, and Alex Young will take over. So you go Young, Kent, Young, Kent, Young, Kent, Young. So now the other Kent will come in. Wow. So they just can't get over names, really. So 2 innings worked by Zach Kent, though. Good job by Zach Kent. Working 2 innings. Got 3 strikeouts. He walked a man. He gave up 1 hit and no runs. So good work by Zach Kent. Now that'll bring on Alex Young right here. The veteran arm right here will take over here in the bottom of the 8th. He is getting his warm-up throws in right here. This is also the Curly W red hat. I noticed this earlier. This is one of the only Curly W reds I have. I don't have too many of just the plain Nationals hats. So here we go. Alex Young will take over here. A veteran arm. And now you go Kent Young. They cannot decide on what name they want. They keep going, we want Kent. No, we want Young. No, we want Kent. No, we want Young. So Kent starts it. Young relieves. So here we go. Bottom of the 8th right here. Alex Young taking over for Zach Kent, who took over for Luke Young, who took over for Jackson Kent. Alex Young, age 32 here at AAA Rochester. He comes set. A guy who's never really had too much action at the big leagues. First pitch is going to be in there. Called strike one. Over 177 games. The big league level. 25 of them starts. He's 16-18 in his MLB career. So Josh Vera up to the plate. A nice veteran presence for this Rochester team. Here comes the 0-1. That's blown away ball 1, so it will be a 1-1 count now. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-2. Alex Young, the guy they're going to right here. Coming set is going to be Young. Here comes the 1-1. That's low in ball 2, so it'll be a 2-1 count now. Alex Young, a guy who's just trying to find his way through the weeds right here. Maybe find a spot on the big league team. They need to put him on the 40-man to do so, though. Coming set is Young. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards center, but Weimer's under it. Joey Weimer going back. And he makes the catch a couple steps in front of the track for out number 1. We have a word of prayer. We're not all savages like Serrano. Yep. We're not all savages like Serrano. Let's go. So out number 1 for Alex Young. Kent to Young to Kent to Young. Yes. Kent to Young to Kent to Young. So now, this will bring up Simone right here. Coming set. Here's the first pitch to the righty. Simon Young sets. Here's the pitch. First pitch is in there. Called. Strike 1. It's an 0-1 count. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Sinbin says, have a good stream. Taking off. See you later, Sinbin. Thank you so much for stopping by, quoting some Major League, and hanging out with us. Coming set's Young, the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, fielded cleanly by the third baseman House. Fires to first in time for out number 2, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Great play by Brady House right there. So Alex Young is, in fact, not on the 40-man roster. So there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Now bring up Carlos Mendoza here with 2 outs. No scoring since the bottom of the 5th, the 1 run on a wild pitch. Actually, yeah, the last run was on a walk. All the runs for the Bisons have been on a wild pitch and a walk. It's not too much action. The pitch to Mendoza is in there, called strike 1. Some notable names who are on the 40-man roster in Rochester. You have Cole Henry, Zach Kent, Kyle Nicholas, who's on the 40-man. Luis Perales is there, so you can get the call at any point. Paxton Schultz. Coming set is Young. Here's the 0-1. And that's called. Strike 2 with a breaking ball. Bottom part of the zone, and it's an 0-2 count. It's like Gus Varlin also on the 40-man. Some hitters. We got an ABS right here, and it's a ball. So that one's overturned. The Bisons with a good challenge that time, and that one is overturned. So it is a 1-1 count. So to be 1-1 here. Coming set. Here comes the 1-1. So I'm going to chop her up the middle, right back to Kent. He will fire it over to first in time, and a 1-2-3 worked. Or excuse me, that's Young. Alex Young works a 1-2-3. So a fly out and then a couple ground outs. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We head to the 9th, tied. The C's are taken off as well. Great stream as always. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. C, for tuning in. Hope to see you soon in a future stream. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. C. Once again, thank you for that bobblehead as well. So we'll head over to that bobblehead screen right now as we talk this one out right here. But man, good game now. 8 innings, and it's 2 runs. We're knotted. It'll be Wallace, Romero Jr., and Glasser in the 9th for the Red Wings. They need to get a run on the board. They need to get a run, or you can lose it, or you can go to extra innings. So you got to pick right here. So hopefully they can get a run right here. The Red Wings can get a run. We can head to the bottom of the 9th with a lead, which would be really, really nice for this team. Head to the top of the ninth with a lead. Head to the bottom of the ninth winning. So here you go, everybody. There's the bobbleheads. These were posted to channel members, the 2 images, but also they're here on stream, so you can hang out here, learn about them. One in the back that I'd like to point out, the Michael A. Taylor. I think that's How to Train Your Dragon bobblehead. Interesting one right there. Michael Taylor, How to Train Your Dragon. An interesting one. You got Daniel Hudson, bottom part. You got the Daniel Hudson one. You got the Anthony Rendon, Tony Two Bags, Steven Strasburg, World Series MVP bobblehead. That was 2022, surprisingly. That was a 2022 bobblehead. Denard Span, robbing a home run. Patrick Corbin, George Washington, bottom one, back corner. I have the Teddy and Abe Racing Presidents bobblehead that I actually got for my birthday. My friend got me that. Shout out to that friend who got me that bobblehead for when I was, I believe, 13 or 14. I don't know which one, but one of those two. So here we go. Brandon Salucci will take over right here. Brendan Salucci, or Calucci, will take over right here. After Harrison works an impressive 3 innings. Good job by Harrison. In the end, he only gives up 1 hit and a walk, no runs. So, and he ends up only striking out 2 as well. So here we go. Caden Wallace to hit from the right side right here in the top of the 9th. Here we go. 3 innings worked by Harrison. He gave up that hit in the 6th, but he had a couple strikeouts, a walk that basically hit, no runs. So not a lot of action when Harrison was pitching, which is what they wanted. So Calucci will take over right here. Here's the first pitch from Calucci to Wallace. Swinging a shot towards center field. That's a base hit. Center fielder Cameron will grab that one. Caden Wallace delivers with a single to get this one going. Caden Wallace with a nice base hit to center field. Let's go right there. Let's go. So that is a base knock for Caden Wallace to center field. And there's one out here, or no outs here, and a runner at first here in the top of the 9th. Now I'll bring up Maxwell Romero Jr. here with only no one out and a runner at first. So he's a good situation right here. First pitcher will go over to the first baseman, and he's out! Wallace is picked off. Oh my gosh. Caden Wallace gets out on the base pass while trying to put on his sliding mitt. Pitcher Calucci picks over there and picks him off. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. Wallace wasn't even trying to strap it on. He really just started towards second before he goes to first, and he was clearly out right there. 1-3 on the pickoff, so now Romero Jr. up here with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Romero Jr. Low ball 1. Wow, so it's a 1-0 count. Didn't clip the zone, so it'll be 1-0 here. 1-0 here with a 1 out. As Harrison's off the mound now, Calucci comes into the game. Brendan Calucci. He comes set here. It'll be a 1-0 here to Maxwell Romero Jr. Here's the pitch. Romero takes a pitch in the dirt. Wonder if Alex Young will head back out there for the 9th, if they'll have him pitch the 9th inning right here. 2-0 here with 1 out. Maxwell Romero Jr. up to the plate here. Here's the pitch to him. Swinging a ground ball. This is towards the shortstop. He will backhand it. Fire to first in time for out number 2, and there's 2 outs now here in the top of the 9th. A quick 1-2-3 is not what you want. So that'll bring up Philip Glasser now. So Maxwell Romero Jr. will not have his first home run as a Rochester Red Wing right there. So Calucci gets 2 quick outs, I'd say. He gives up the hit, but then he picks off Caden Wallace, who started towards second more when he picked up his leg, and he was able to pick him off right here. So Philip Glasser now with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Glasser takes a pitch low and outside, ball 1. So it is a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. I smell some extra innings right here. Coming set's going to be Calucci. The 1-0 to Glasser. Here's the pitch. Glasser, check swing. Did he go? No. Should it be a 2-0 count? They say he didn't go. So it'll be 2-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Stadium not too full for this game. That's kind of sad. You don't see many stadiums filling up for a AAA game. Coming set is going to be Calucci. The 2-0 to Glasser. That is inside, ball 3. It's a 3-0 count. Can't get the call. So it'll be 3-0 now. 3-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Glasser up to the plate here. Facing off with Calucci. He needs a good AB here, or just anything. A good pitch right here you can hack, but getting on base is more important. The 3-0's inside, ball 4. So Philip Glasser's on base with 2 outs. Runner at first here with 2 away, and it will be up to the plate. Christian Franklin with 2 outs. So The go-ahead run's now at first base here in the top of the ninth. Trying to get that run in right here. You just want to get that run in, figure out a way to score. Just get anything right here. Christian Franklin, 1 for 3 on the day. He also has a run in today's game after a walk. So he has been on base. He has found his way on. So here we go in the top of the ninth. Now we're going to get a mound visit right here. Looks like the infield will come in and the pitching coach will come out. So here we go. Here in the top of the ninth, it is a 2-2 game. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're on your way in or your way out of here. So thank you so much for tuning in. So now pitching coach ready to go here. He gets off the mound. Colucci ready to go to work here to face Christian Franklin, who's always a tough out. So we go. So Christian Franklin up to the plate here with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be Colucci. First pitch to Franklin is inside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. Can't get the call that time, so it'll be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 2 outs. Christian Franklin up to the plate. Does have a few big hits this season. Not too many home runs, though. Has a little pop, though, in the bat in a lefty-righty matchup. Never say never when it comes to Christian Franklin, especially with his 6 home runs this year. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, called strike 1, so it's a 1-1 count. He also has 14 doubles, 2 triples, and 30 runs driven, and he's drawn 58 walks. He struck out 99 times. He's still in 16 bags, and he's been caught 4 times, so 16 of 20. Not bad. 4/5 of the time. The 1-1 pickoff attempt, back in safely, so it is. First disengagement. Is he out? He's out! Oh my gosh! He picked off another runner. That is the second successful pickoff by Brendan Colucci. Oh my gosh. Second pickoff, 2 in the inning. 1 hit in the inning, no runners left on base, and it's a 0 in the top of the ninth. Now you got to hope for extra innings. Now that's the best thing you can get is extra innings right here in the top of the ninth. Man, he picks off Wallace after the single, and then he picks off Glasser after his hit. 2 pickoffs by Brendan Colucci. Matthew LeCroy is not going to like that after the game, getting picked off twice in the game. It was a lefty arm, too, so he had that advantage. But here we go to the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Cameron Kosovich, of course, is going to hit in a clutch situation here for the Buffalo Bisons. You just be really nice for the Red Wings to take a lead in this 6-game series. Get the win now so you don't have to win the next few if you want to win the series. You don't need to go on a win streak. If you win games 1 and 3, it's really good. So we go bottom 9. Let's see if there's any pitching changes right here or if they stick with Alex Young. And looks like they're going to go to Gus Varlin right here. They're going to call upon Gus Varlin, who's a very sturdy arm, especially at the AAA level. A good guy to call upon in a situation like this. So Gus Varlin is the man they're going to deal the ball to right here. After Young works a very good 8th. No runs, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts. As long as there's zeros across the board, that's a good outing. So Gus Varlin has been pretty good at the AAA level ever since being sent down. They want him to develop right here, and Varlin is doing exactly that. He's trying to develop. I'm completely fine with it. As long as he develops and gets better. I mean, 4.50 ERA over 6 games, no starts over 6 innings, 10 strikeouts. So more than a strikeout an inning. He's decent off the mound. This is another time where he has a stint in the big leagues and the minors at the same time. But 2 pickoffs, and Gus Varlin will work here in the bottom of the ninth. 2 pickoffs by Brendan Colucci. You just don't like when that happens. So top of the order here for the Bisons. So if you get through this top of the order, head to the bottom of the ninth, or the top of the 10th, you do have Glasser on second. He's picked off. So here we go. Gus Varlin take it over. Gus Varlin also saw MLB action this year, obviously. Was a decent arm out of the bullpen, too. I mean, he did have a 6.25 ERA, but 32 games, 31 and third innings, 23 runs given up. So here we go. Gus Varlin's going to work here in the bottom of the ninth. You just got to get the outs right here. That's the important thing. Get the outs. Here we go. Gus Varlin comes set here. First pitch to Daz Cameron. Here's the pitch. Cameron takes a pitch. Called. Strike 1 on the outside corner. It's an 0-1 count. Both teams have 1 ABS challenge right now. Daz Cameron 1 for 4 on the day with a single back in the 6th inning and a stolen base. Here comes the 0-1 from Varland. That is just outside, ball one. Thought that was an identical spot. They're going to say it wasn't, so does a ball. That looks like it was right there, though. Varlin looks in for a sign. He comes set here. Here comes the 1-1 to Cameron, the pitch. And that's outside, ball two, so it is a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here in the bottom of the ninth. Gus Varlin coming on to just hold this one at 2, so we can have extra innings in the 10th. Varlin comes set. It'll be a 2-1 to Cameron. Here's the pitch. Check swing, did he go? Yes, says the home plate umpire, Krupa. Or excuse me, they're just going to call it a strike, so I guess we're calling it a strike here. Gus Varlin has had a few stints in the big leagues with, in fact, 3 different teams before even coming over the Nats. The 2-2 is outside, ball 3. Nowhere close with that one, so it's a 3-2 count. Got his first opportunity with Milwaukee over 8 games. Then he had 8 games with the Dodgers where he didn't do terrible in 2023. 2024 works more with the Dodgers over 7 games. And also the White Sox. The 3-2 swung on, fouled off on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. This year, given an opportunity at the big leagues again where he works 32 games, given a significantly more important role, he was 6 of 8 of saves, too. So he 3-2 here. Varlin steps off now. He wears number 23 down here in AAA Rochester. He wore 48 when he was with the Charlotte Knights, the White Sox AAA affiliate. Timeout taken by the hitter Cameron. So do 3-2 again right here. Looking in for his sign. He's got it and he comes set. It'll be a 3-2 to Cameron from Varlin. Varlin sets, he delivers. Swinging a fly ball to right, but this one is well foul. Down the first base line. Thought he got a little bit more of that one. So it will be another 3-2 here. Good at bat by Cameron. Gus Varlin, since being sent down to the minors this year, has not had a save opportunity. He has 1 hold on the year, though. So no save, though. The 3-2 to Cameron. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards center. Coming in is Weimer. Diving catch by Joey Weimer. What a catch by Joey Dominican Republic for out number 1. The Dominican man making the catch for out number 1. Spectacular play by Spider-Man out there. Joey Weimer in center field. A hit to shallow center. Most center fielders, that's a base hit, but not Joey Weimer, and that's out number 1. Spectacular catch by Joey Weimer for out number 1. Varlin loves it. Gave him a point out after the play, but what a play by Joey Weimer now. So that'll bring up Kasevich right here. Fitting that the guy who is 3 for 3 on the day and has been on base 4 times is up in this situation with a stolen base. So Varlin steps onto the rubber here. He faces Kasevich. Varland comes set. First pitch to Kasevich. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, but the second baseman, Wallace, is there. He fires to first in time for out number 2. And now the Red Wings are 1 out away from sending this puppy to extra innings. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up McAdoo here, who's 0 for 4 on the day. Varlin getting some help from his field, but first that web gem from Joey Weimer. What a play from Joey Weimer. Varlin sets. First pitch here to McAdoo is going to be in there. Called. Strike 1 with a breaking ball. It's an 0-1 count. Varlin has worked 6 innings at AAA. He's only given up 3 runs, so he hasn't done terrible this year. Opponents hitting .292 against him this year. Coming sets Varland. The 0-1. That's way outside ball 1, so it's a 1-1 count. 1-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. He's become a high-stakes pitcher, though, for the Red Wings. He's getting that opportunity here in AAA to be a high-stakes guy. This is a guy who at the AAA level, or even just minor leagues in general, is 4 for 14 of saves. The pitch is called. Strike 2 on the low and inside corner. 4 of 14 on saves in the minor leagues, though. He has not been good with save opportunities. Didn't get his first one until 2022 with the Texas AA affiliate. So it'll be 1-2 here. Varlin sets. The 1-2 in the dirt, ball 2, so it's a 2-2 count here. Bottom of the ninth, late night baseball right here on District Nation. You are hanging out right here on District Nation. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hit it if you want some extra innings right here. Varlin sets. It'll be a 2-2 here to McAdoo. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, hit out to right, but that one is foul and out of play. So do 2-2 again right here. Once again, kind of hit towards no man's land where really no fans are. So do 2-2 again here in the bottom of the ninth. Varlin looks in for a sign. He comes set. It'll be another 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gus Varlin with a strikeout, and that is out number 3. Gus Varlin sets him down, and that's out number 3, and we are through 9 innings, everybody. We're headed to extras. We are through 9, everybody. It's still tied at 2-2 as we head to the top of the 10th inning. It'll be Franklin, Ortiz, and House for the 10th, and Philip Glasser will stand at second base as we are getting extra innings. Charge! So I wonder if the Red Wings are going to play it safe or if they go to the bunt. Are they going to play it safe with a bunt or are they just going to swing away? If Colucci stays in the game, the good thing is a lefty's going to face Brady House. And I would much rather have that matchup than a righty facing Brady House. I mean, the numbers don't lie. He's significantly worse against righties, and that's the reason he was sent down. Philip Glasser will be at second here. Looks like they may stick with Colucci right here as we head to the top of the 10th. Gus Varlin with a great 9th inning. He goes 1-2-3. We're headed to the 10th, everybody. Some extra innings baseball right here on District Nation. You're lucky if you're here for this broadcast. You're getting extra inning minor league baseball right here. So Colucci will probably stay out there. I mean, you're having a righty. You're the best lefty on this roster, though, is going to hit. That's the thing. The best lefty on this team is going to get an AB. And then you're also, that's the one thing, they're probably afraid of Ortiz right here. They want Ortiz facing a lefty, but they're going to sacrifice a righty matchup with Franklin and House. And House facing a lefty is dangerous. They might let him face, they just want him to face Ortiz probably. Maybe they'll just do that and end up letting a righty end up facing House. So runner at second here, no outs, it's Christian Franklin. So they're almost certainly going to lay down a bunt right here, or at least attempt. So Glasser going to get his lead from second. Colucci back out there for a second inning of work. He comes set. Franklin will already show bunt. Here's the pitch. And that's bunted down the first base line. He gets it down in a no man's land. Did they miss the tag? Did they get him? Did they get him? But now there's a runner at third here. We'll see if they got the tag on Franklin. They're going to say he did. So home plate umpire here is talking to Matt LeCroy. Matt LeCroy does not like the call. Matt LeCroy is yelling about this call. He is saying Christian Franklin did not get tagged, and he is yelling about it. So Franklin laid down a doozy of a bunt down the first base line. They're saying he missed the tag. They're saying that he missed the tag. No signal from first base umpire. Looks like he didn't get him. So it looks like he didn't get him. But I don't think you can even challenge in minor league baseball. So now runner at third here with one out. Here's the pitch to Ortiz, and he fouls this one off. So good bunt that time. A 3 unassisted on the bunt. Moves Philip Glasser up to third. I mean, everyone really runs the bunt now. Colucci back out there for a second inning. Now has the lefty-lefty matchup, Colucci versus Ortiz. You got to have a righty warming up, though. So here comes the 0-1 Ortiz. That's blown away, ball one, though. Back pick, throw to third. Not in time. Excuse me here. So here we go. So I just had to ask here. There's Hawkeye tracking signal for ABS. Here's the 1-1 Ortiz. Check swing. Did he go? They're going to ask if he went. No, he didn't, so it'd be a 2-1 count. So 2-1 here. So coming set here is Colucci. Here comes the 2-1 to Ortiz. Here's the pitch. Ortiz takes a pitch in there called strike 2, and it's a 2-2 count now. So it looks like you can challenge in minor league baseball, but it depends on the field. So I don't think that this ballpark probably has replay review. So we'll have to check, but I don't think this park does. It is one of the bigger AAA stadiums, though. You'd think it's one of the higher technological ones. The 2-2 Ortiz swung on, popped up, out to left field, going back is Mendoza. He's under and he makes the catch. Coming home is the runner. The throw is not in time, and Philip Glasser scores. Abimelech Ortiz delivers with a sacrifice fly. The throw seemed to be almost in time. McAvera just couldn't lay the tag. A sac fly for Abimelec Ortiz, and the Rochester Red Wings have the lead, and that is the first run scored in this game since the bottom of the 5th inning. 3-2 game now. Ortiz flew out to left field, but the run scores, and it's a 3-2 game.
Let's go.
So now, Brady House comes to the plate against a lefty right here. Colucci's a very talented lefty, though. Coming set is Colucci. First pitch here to Brady House. House takes a pitch, low, ball 1. His talent is facing these arms. So, I'd love to see him rip something right here. Coming set is going to be Colucci. The 1-0 to House. Here's the pitch. House takes a pitch in there. Called strike 1, but House wants an ABS right here. That one looked like it did touch. We'll get another look at it, though. Red Wings with a challenge. Here's the pitch, and it's a ball! Brady House succeeded on a challenge. It's overturned, and the count is going to be 2-0. Brady House got a challenge right on a pitch low.
Thank you.
That one was low. House challenged it immediately, too, when he saw the called strike. Good challenge by Brady House. That pitch also going to be low. So it's a 3-0 count to Brady House now. So you got to pitch well to Brady House now. But, I mean, by this point, you might as well intentionally walk him. You don't want to waste a good pitch here. That House can probably crush. The 3-0 to House. House takes a pitch outside, ball 4. So a runner at first here with 2 outs. Brady House is now over there at first. Remember, that run is earned to Colucci, even though it's an inherited runner. That earned run is to Colucci. So he now has an earned run. First earned run since the 5th inning for either team. 2 runs scored in the 5th for the Red Wings, 1 for the Bisons. The Bisons also had 1 in the 3rd inning. Colucci will step off here. He'll face Andrew Pinckney now, who's 0 for 4 on the day. Getting another run here would be great. The road team, it is tough. You got to set the tone, so scoring more than just 1 run is always helpful. You want to score 2 runs. That is my opinion, though. Coming set here is Colucci. Here comes the first pitch to Andrew Pinckney. That's going to be just outside, ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count. So 1-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the 10th. 12 home runs for Pinckney. Coming set, here's Colucci. Here's the pitch to Pinckney. Swinging a foul ball to be a 1-1 count. He fouls that back. So we'll be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 10th inning. Rochester now has the lead at 3-2, which is great for them. They finally have a lead for the first time in a while. I mean, they haven't led since that 5th inning. They had a 2-1 lead, and it was immediately erased in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the 1-1 to Pinckney. Here's the pitch. Pinckney takes a pitch outside, ball 2. So it's a 2-1 count. Now the fans behind the plate are tapping their heads. They wanted an ABS right there. Maybe they should incorporate the Savannah Bananas rule. Give the fans an ABS challenge that they can use at any point. Coming set here is going to be Colucci. Going to be a 2-1 to Pinckney. Here's the pitch. Pinckney swinging a miss at a fastball in the zone. So to be a 2-2 count, he fouled that one in the glove. So do 2-2 now. 2-2 here with 2 outs. Another run here would be very nice for this team. Get another run of insurance here in the 10th. 1 run because that makes it easier for the other team to tie. You have to put up more than 1 if you're the first away team. The 2-2 is away, ball 3. So it's a 3-2 count now. Brady House will be on the move on the play, or at least after Colucci puts his foot down. So 3-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 10th. Colucci comes set. It'll be a 3-2 to Pinckney. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the first base low. Oh, wow, foul. And the first baseman grabbed it too. What a play by the first baseman, Jimenez. That's a foul ball. Jimenez doesn't like the call. He made the play. So that's good that it's called foul. That would have been out number 3. So the Red Wings are kind of saved right there. That ground ball was hit hard down the first base line, nabbed by Jimenez, but they're going to call it a foul ball. Wow. Foul called by first base umpire Talkington. Interesting call right there. So we will do another 3-2 here. So that's going to be a very controversial call right there, probably. The fans aren't going to like after the game. Colucci sets. The 3-2 to Pinckney. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. Andrew Pinckney takes a walk. So back-to-back walks for Brendan Colucci now. Colucci has walked 2 in a row. Runners at first and second now with 2 outs. Wow. Interesting situation set up now. So now we'll get a mound visit right here. But Lipscomb now to the plate. We'll get a pitching coach out here to talk to him. Trey Lipscomb up to the plate here. He's a very good hitter. Would love Trey Lipscomb to get clutch right here. He has a knock in the game already. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a walk and on base. So 275 average, 18 home runs for him. Just one more run for this team would be great. Really put the pressure on the Bisons for the 10th inning. Put the pressure now so you don't have to feel it later. Because you don't want to play another inning here. Just get the win now. Man, they're really not liking this call. That pitch that he hits down the first base line, calling it foul, that is really controversial for this team right here. They do not like this call. So runners at first and second here for Trey Lipscomb with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Lipscomb. Lipscomb swinging a fly ball out to right, going back his right fielder, McGuire. And he slips and falls! He slips and falls! The ball is past him. House scores. Rounding third now, coming in to score is going to be Pinckney. He will score! Mongua slipped and fell. Mongua was going back to get that one. Probably makes the catch, and he slips and falls. Trey Lipscomb drives in a pair, and it's now a 5-2 game. Mongua going back to grab that one, going back to right, and he trips over. He just kind of slips and falls. As he was circling around to get the ball, he falls. House able to score, and then easily rounding third, heading to score was Pinckney. It's now 5-2, everybody, and a couple more added on for the Wings now. So now runner at second for Joey Weimer. First pitch is going to be high and inside, ball 1, so it's a 1-out count. But 2 more added on, so 3 in the inning. Let's go. They're going to give him a double? Wow, so Lipscomb does get a double. Wow, what a situation right there. It's a 5-2 game. 2-run score. The pitch to Weimer. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Rivera is there. Fires to first in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So Joey Weimer grounds out to end the bid. But the Red Wings do their job. They get 3 in the 10th. Oh my gosh. What a play right there. Not made by the right fielder, Mongua. Will he hit? He's going to hit, so Mongua can try to make up for his mistake, but that is a mistake he will probably remember for the rest of the night. Play's going to regret for a hot minute now, but 3 runs in the inning for the Rochester Red Wings on only 1 hit in the inning, and then 1 man left on base. Trey Lipscomb comes up with a big punch. It's now a 5-3 game. The Red Wings have the lead. So they get some work done in the 8th. They send 7 hitters to the plate, or they send 6 to the plate, and then the extra inning runner, meaning a 7th base runner. But Trey Lipscomb with that double, I mean, that was just sad. Mongua going back, then slips coming back in, can't make the play, and it's a 5-2 game. So you got to take advantage of their mistakes, and that was a mistake right there. Mongua makes a mistake out there in right field that causes 2 runs to score. Ismail Mongua makes a mistake. A guy who has not been at the big league level at all at the age of 27, hasn't gotten that chance just yet. Got to be upsetting for him. So here we go. Bottom of the 10th. Let's see if they stick with Gus Varland right here, or they go to someone else with that runner at second. That runner does not matter as much, but it looks like Varland maybe will be staying out here for the bottom of the 10th. Wow. So it looks like Gus Varland going to be back out there for a 10th inning of work. Gus Varland going to return here. Here we go, bottom of the 10th inning. Here we go, Gus Varland warming up out there. 2nd inning of work right here. Here we go. Macaver, Jimenez, and Mongua will hit in the bottom of the 10th. Let's go, everybody. Let's get this win right here, Red Wings. Charge! Here we go, everybody. Bottom of the 10th. Varland looks in for a sign right here. He comes set. Facing Macaver. Here's the pitch from Varland. He'll turn around and take a look at McAdoo right there. Just taking a look right there to start it. But runner at second here with that first disengagement. Quickly, too. Coming sets Varland. Comes the first pitch here to Macaver. And that's going to be outside, ball 1. So it's a 1-0 count now. We got plenty of people in the chat. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Varland sets to be 1-0 to Macaver. Here comes the pitch from Varland. Low ball 2, so it is a 2-0 count. Using that first disengagement quickly. Wow.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
So 2-0 here with no one out. Coming set is Varland. Here comes the pitch to Macaver. Here's the pitch. So I'm going to foul off his foot, so it'll be a 2-1 count. Now, they can't be thinking, let's bunt and get that run. They need to be thinking runs in bulk right here. They need 3 to tie it up, which is very tough to do. After that, Trey Lipscomb clutch a double right there. That man, Gua, just couldn't make the play on. So it'll be 2-1 here. Coming sets Varland. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to right, going back as Weimer into right center, but it's going to be the right fielder. Pinckney to makes the catch for out number 1. And the runner at second, that's McAdoo over there. The free runner will not move up to third. Pinckney has a good arm, and they're not going to test him. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 10th. Gus Varling. Varland searching for a win right here. Gus Varland trying to grab a win right here in the bottom of the 10th. After a couple innings work, this wouldn't be a save. This would be a win right here for him. Good job for Varland. You'd probably rather have a win. I mean, he is only on the season so far, he is 1-1, so get him into that over 500 area. So that'll bring up Eloy Jimenez with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Jimenez takes a pitch outside, ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count. Jimenez immediately went to tap his head. He thought that one would be called a strike. So 1-0 here with 1 out. Varland sets. Here's the pitch to Jimenez. He delivers. And Jimenez swinging a ground ball to the first baseman, Ortiz. He makes a great play on a hard hit ball, takes it to the bag himself for out number 2. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th. So 1 out away here from a Red Wings extra inning victory right here. And the last out will be Mangua. Mangua will hit here. Ismail Mangua, the one who slipped and fell on that ball, will now have a chance to keep him going right here in the bottom of the 10th. So here from the left side here, or they fall. So Mangua, coming set is Varland. He has a chance to really maybe drive in a run right here. Here's the pitch, and Mangua takes a pitch up and out, ball 1. So it's a 1-0 count right here. 1-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. Varland looks in for his sign. He comes set. Comes the 1-0 to Mangua. Here's the pitch, and he takes a pitch upstairs, ball 2. Couldn't get the call that time, so it's a 2-0 count. Mangua is also 1 for 2 on the day. He has a stolen base and an RBI walk. So, has been doing a little bit. Coming set is Varland. Or, excuse me, he doesn't have a stolen base. Here's the 2-0. And that is inside, ball 3, so it's a 3-0 count. Come on, Varland. Getting a 1-2-3 here would be nice. Just satisfied early, put it away. Because then the tying run's coming to the plate here if he's on base in Josh Rivera. So Varland sets. It'll be a 3-0 to Mangua. Here's the pitch. And Mangua takes a pitch inside, ball 4. Varland walks a runner on. So there's runners at first and second here with 2 outs. Jake's here. He says, hey, District Nation, how are you? Not a lot of baseball games on today. Yeah, Jake. Not too much Major League Baseball on today. That's why I pivoted and went to call a minor league game because I really enjoy minor league baseball as well. As a pitching coach, couldn't come out here, pay a visit to Gus Varland with runners at first and second here with 2 outs at the bottom of the 10th. It looks like it's runners at first and third, because he moved up on that ground out. So runners on the corners here with 2 outs, and Josh Rivera will hit here, who is 0 for 4 on the day. You just want to get the out right here. Don't give up anything fancy here. Just get the out. Don't think strikeout. Don't think big play. Just get the out right here. Put us on ice and take the first 2 of 3 of this 6-game series, which would be really great for this team. The Red Wings, who are not having a great start to the second half, they're 57-39 overall, but they want to also be the first club maybe to the 60-win club, which would be really great. I don't think there's any other clubs even near that. Varland looks in for his sign here. He comes set. They hold first place in the East, at least, by a lot. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a foul ball to be an 0-1 count. 0-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. So bottom of the 10th here, 2 outs. Looks like overall, I believe the most wins isn't even the Red Wings. Coming set is going to be Varland. Here comes the 0-1 to Rivera. Here's the pitch. Called strike 2, and it's an 0-2 count. How's the Nationals farm system? Do they have a good farm down there? Oh, yeah, we have a great farm down here. It's actually why I'm watching right here, because this is a great farm system. This is a really good farm system. Varland sets. It'll be an 0-2. Here's the pitch to Rivera, and that's upstairs. Ball 1, so it's a 1-2 count. The Rochester Red Wings 1 strike away from victory right here. As you can guess, Jake, Red Wings are the Nats' AAA affiliate, so I root for them a lot. Varlin looks in for his sign. He comes set right here. It'll be 1-2 to Rivera. Here's the pitch. That's low ball 2 in the dirt, so it'll be a 2-2 count now. Behind the plate, they got a lot of fans there, all hyped up, but right here. Come on, get the out right here. Red Wings, just put it away right here. It'll be 2-2. Varlin looks in for his sign. He comes set right here. It'll be a 2-2 to Rivera. Here's the pitch. Called! Strike 3, but now Rivera's going to ABS it right here. So we'll get the ABS challenge right here to try to end the game. Here's the pitch. It's a strike, and that will end the game. So that will end the game, and the Rochester Red Wings are going to win this one. Or is it not? They're going to ABS it. Are they still waiting on it? Yes, the Rochester Red Wings are going to win this one. Rochester Red Wings get it. Gus Varlin gets a win, and the Rochester Red Wings get victory in extra innings. The biggest thing being that Trey Lipscomb double, and the Rochester Red Wings are able to put this one away. Gus Varlin has a great 2 innings out of the bullpen. You get a great 2 innings of bullpen from Kent, Zach Kent, that is. A good 1 inning out of Alex Young. A lot of good arms here in this game. Arms end up coming into play, and I really like that about this team. They have decent arms, so that's a good end of the game by the Rochester Red Wings. They take this one 5-2. It's tied after 9. I mean, only 2 runs courtesy of a Brady House triple. That's all you really had up to that point was the Brady House triple. And then you get the Trey Lipscomb double late in the game. You get a Trey Lipscomb double on a ball that Mangua does not play well. Mangua does not play the ball well, and he just doesn't play it well, and it goes to right, so that ends up being a double, so that ends up scoring 2. You end up getting the run from second scoring. The runner at second was House. Not too fast, but scoring from first was Pinckney. So it ends up being a 5-2 game. That was really great. 5-2 is your final, everybody. And the Rochester Red Wings put it away. So that was a good game. Good game by them. 3 runs in extra innings. They didn't just score 1, because proof of why you need to score more than 1 in extra innings. It helps. It puts a lot of pressure on the other side. And that's what the Rochester Red Wings do here. They now lead this 6-game series 2-1. So that was our Thursday broadcast because the Nationals weren't playing. But it was a whole lot of fun to watch this team as the players are packing up here. They will be back tomorrow for Friday Night Baseball. But good game by the Rochester Red Wings. Good pitching. Jackson Kent has a decent start. 4 2/3, 6 strikeouts. Then you get 2 good innings out of Zach Kent out of the bullpen. Gus Varlin with a couple great innings out of the bullpen. Brady House with a 2 RBI triple. And then you get Trey Lipscomb with a late double. So that is going to end the night for us, everybody. So my play of the game is probably the Brady House triple. That was an amazing play. That will be the short that's going to be uploaded after this game. But that Trey Lipscomb double is huge later in the game. You don't win that game without it. I mean, it's just insurance runs, but it applies a lot of pressure. I don't think a lot of people realize it. You get a lot of pressure from that. So we are going to go ahead and head over to Rising Rhino, everybody. He's covering some CFL, so we're going to head over there, everybody. Head over to Canadian football. So I'm going to get you set up for that. You'll be able to head over to that right now, Canadian football with the Rising Rhino. Thank you so much for tuning in to Minor League Baseball tonight on District Nation. Final score, Rochester Red Wings 5, Buffalo Bisons 2. Nationals AAA affiliate is the Red Wings. Toronto Blue Jays is the Bisons. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you soon. We should be back on the mic this weekend for more baseball. Look for updates in the channel. Today's broadcast, as usual, was brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Thank you so much for tuning in. DN Dad's back. He says, great broadcast, DN. Thank you so much, DN Dad. Hope to see everyone soon. Once again, final score, Red Wings 5, Bisons 2, right here on District Nation. See you soon. Head over to Rising Rhino.
This has been a broadcast of Sports Live play-by-play on District Nation, YouTube's home of DC Sports, home of the most Nationals, Wizards, and Commanders content. Brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. We'll see you soon, right here on District Nation.